What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Run the North podcast. Boys, I want to play a game before we really go any further.
Oh,
This game
okay.
is called Raise Your Hand If, okay? Raise
Oh,
your hand
no.
if your team has won a Super Bowl. Okay,
Wow.
moving on. Today we are going to be doing the mailbag that we were supposed to do last week, but
Hold on.
there was
Can I do one too?
Yeah.
Raise your hand if your
Oh.
favorite NBA team has won the NBA Finals in the past 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Raise your hand if your favorite MLB team's in the AL East. Raise your hand. You're a race fan.
Raise your
You're a
hand,
race fan. Raise your hand.
I didn't know that.
Okay, sorry. Raise your hand if your team has produced a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Oh, wait.
Oh, hey.
Okay, all three of us get to have
Bears
that
have
one.
two.
So we can
Ooh.
all be friends now. We can all be
Finally
friends
get
now.
join in.
We can all be
Vikings only
friends. I just want.
produced
I
one.
wasn't really thinking about Miller. I was just trying to get geek included.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're doing the mailbag that we were supposed to do last week, which we did in fact do and record for 2 hours. But I won't tell you why or how that didn't happen. But it didn't happen.
We
And
already
so, oh yeah, we kind of already did. It's Miller's fault. We've moved on. Maybe Geek hasn't. I can't speak for him, but I've moved on. Okay, good. And so yeah, we're doing the mailbag. We've added a few new questions, but a lot of them are going to be the same from last week. Boys, before we answer some questions, how are we doing?
I am
I'm
doing.
gonna throw it to Geek first. Oh, okay.
No.
Well, you
No.
guys usually
Miller
don't
always
speak.
goes first.
Yeah, I was gonna
But
say.
you
I
guys
thought we
usually don't
established I go
speak.
first
Okay,
now, but nope. Geek,
fine.
go ahead.
Miller, go
Geek,
ahead.
tell me how
I
you're
don't.
doing.
I don't want to.
Nope. Too bad. Jake fucked up
Way
the
worse
flow.
Please.
now.
No,
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
I thought
Our whole
thought
flow's
it'd be-
fucked up now.
I thought it would be the usual thing where you guys just sit there and just.
We haven't done the
And how
usual thing
so I was
in
gonna what?
5 ever.
Yeah,
It's
because
always
you've
Miller.
had to go first because you're the only other person if Geek intros.
Well, that is fair. But even then, it's always Miller first. Everything's
Fine, you know what,
fucked
Miller,
up.
tell
This
us.
whole
Go ahead,
episode's
Miller. I'm
ruined.
gonna throw it. I'm
Delete
gonna
it.
throw it to
Start
Miller.
over.
I'm gonna throw it to Miller.
Guys,
Miller,
I
how you
haven't
doing?
been
Three.
recording this whole time. You've been bugged.
That'd be funny as shit.
No, I am doing wonderful. The new Eminem album comes up at midnight. God, if I can use words.
Did
What
you
did
have
you just say?
Eminem?
The
Eminem?
new Eminem
Who
album
is
comes
Eminem?
out at midnight. Marshall Mathers, the rapper, Eminem, Slim Shady, that guy. His new album comes out at midnight. Also, the new episode of The Boys I watched this morning was peak. Absolutely incredible.
I'm ripping my way through The Boys. I'm in season 3 now,
very
so.
excited for the season finale next week.
Is it season or series finale?
Season. They're doing 5 seasons.
Okay.
Yeah, they already said. Eric Kripke, the showrunner, already said they're axing it at 5 because they don't want it to, overstay its welcome, so to speak.
Yeah.
And
I'm doing so much better now.
why?
Harrison
what
Butker
happened?
just got bitched at the ESPYs.
Did he?
Oh.
Yeah, Venus, Serena Williams, and Quinta Brunson were all on stage. I don't know which one of them said this because I can't hear it, but it's just you can enjoy women's sports just like any other sport because they're sports, except for you, Harrison Butker. We don't need you at all. Like ever.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
He's there too, which I love.
Why is he there?
Who
Because he
invited him?
thinks he's him.
Who invited
Who
him?
invited? Who invited him to the ESPYs?
He's probably
Does he
just
think he's
somebody
gonna win an
else's plus
award?
one. Probably.
And the most
He just came
controversial
with
kicker
Mahomes.
award. Yeah, he wasn't even invited. He just kind of watched Mahomes go somewhere, and it's just like, you know what? I'm gonna follow him.
Oh,
I'm gonna
Patty,
see what's
where?
going on.
Where are we going? He's like an excited dog that, like, when you get in the car,
Yeah,
his
literally.
tail starts wagging. Like, ooh,
He's
where are
like,
we going?
Harrison,
We going to
please,
the park?
Harrison, please leave me alone. It's like, where are we going? Where are we going? We going to the ESPYs? We going to the ESPYs?
We going to the ESPYs?
Yes, Harrison, we're going to the ESPYs.
Yay!
But I think that's all the business items we have to talk about. So in that case, let's hop right into the questions. So the first one I have on the list that we don't have to go over this one first. Y'all want to go through baseball right off the bat or not?
Sure. Get it out of the way.
Miller's
All
a
right,
brand new baseball fan, so
Yeah.
Yes.
So, fun
What
fact.
two
Hold on, real
teams-
quick.
yes.
I'd like to establish some new Miller football lore. So the other night during D&D, we
grab a
came to the
drink.
conclusion that Miller football does need to associate with at least one team in every league, right? So I decided I wanted. So now that I'm like I know I've been saying the Spurs fan thing is like kind of funny. I'm like dead serious. I am a full blown San Antonio Spurs fan now. I
Will
am.
you ever go back to the Bulls?
We will see once P Giddy's off the team, but honestly, at this point, I kind of doubt it because I'm kind of
Fair.
obsessed with the Spurs. Like I believe it or not, I went back. I've watched Spurs games from this year. I've been reading articles. I've been studying to learn the roster. I'm like putting
Lord.
effort into basketball for the first time in like a decade, and I'm loving it because the
I don't like
Spurs
it.
have a competent front office. Yes, Jake?
Just so you can show off your knowledge, can you name the Spurs healthy starting five from this past season?
Oh God. This past season, obviously Wemby.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Keldon Johnson? K Johnson? I think it's Keldon, right?
Yes, Keldon. Yep.
Kid from Duke was the point guard. Treyman? Is that right?
He a starter? Man,
I think he
I'm
started.
gonna make sure I'm right. Okay, but continue.
And then they've got, or I'm sorry, Trey Jones, not Trey Man. It's Trey
Yes, sorry. Yeah,
Jones.
you're right. It's Trey Jones. Yep.
Trey Jones. Devin Vassell.
Mm-hmm.
Um, who am I missing? I'm missing the three. Who was the three? Did
Yeah, I'm
Sochan
missing the three.
start?
Devin Vassell was the three.
Oh, Devin Vassell was the three.
Sochan was the four. Yeah,
Oh, really?
and will be this year. Yep.
And where did Keldon Johnson play? Did he not start?
Where did Keldon Johnson play? This is
Because starting
he's a
lineups
ball
in
forward.
basketball are so unreal fluid that like I don't remember who was starting in the games I was watching. I just remember seeing players on the court, and then Wemby was Wemby.
Okay, so their starting five was Trey Jones at the point, Vassell at the shooting guard, Keldon Johnson at the three, Sochan at the four, Wemby at the five.
So okay, so I had the five. I just didn't have them
Keldon
in the right
Johnson just
spot.
wasn't. Yeah. Yes. Yep.
Okay.
But Miller's a basketball fan now, so let's
Yeah.
rejoice in that.
But
He's also a
Come NBA
baseball
playoff
fan.
time
yeah,
next
I
season, we're
don't
gonna rip it.
I don't know if I'm gonna say fully I'm a baseball fan. We'll see if I ever actually sit down and watch a game. But the point I
I
was
wouldn't
trying to
watch the
make
race
was
this year.
yeah. So the point I was trying to make was I want to piss off people that get mad at the whole "you're a fan of a team from every different location" type thing. Because I was already a UNC fan on top of being a Bears fan, and then with the Spurs, that's three wildly different locations. So I figured let's double down on it. So for baseball, I decided the Rays seem cool. Someone told me they're a team that likes to value homegrown talent. That makes me happy. I love homegrown talent. It's very one of my favorite things in all of sports.
Been their downfall for years, but yep.
They're also really quick to get rid of really shitty people.
Also that. I did hear that was a thing. And then
Yes.
for hockey, I figured since the Blackhawks front, because originally I was just going to stick with the Blackhawks, but the Blackhawks front office is filled with shitty people. I have decided that I am a Seattle Kraken fan because they're a relatively new franchise, so it's not like I'm hopping on some well-established bandwagon. Yes, Jake.
Once again, show off your knowledge. Can you name for us at least two players on the Seattle Kraken?
No.
Can you name
What
one?
about we definitely told you names of some Rays. Can you name
Yeah,
even
give us a name
Ray?
of preferably not
Ray Raymond?
that one.
No, I don't think that's one.
Darn. Shit.
Oh man. This isn't good. This is bad.
This is bad. Yeah. No, again, we'll see if I ever actually watch a baseball or hockey game.
Here, I'm gonna give you the most notable name on the Rays currently.
Okay.
Okay. Randy Arozarena. That's a name you
He
got.
knew
yes.
that one. I definitely told him.
You definitely
that
did. I
Yes.
just didn't remember because we were playing
That's one you
D&D,
gotta
so
know.
my brain was full. I had big plans for later in the night for D&D, so I was focused
And
on
hey,
that fully.
The Rays aren't that bad. They're a
They're just in a
500
good
ball club.
division. Yeah.
But they're only
but
11 games out of first place in that division.
yeah.
Could be worse. You could be a
but
Rockies fan.
yeah. Nobody would be stupid enough to do that.
Yeah, but seriously though, I am very excited for the Spurs.
They have
I'm
cool
getting into
uniforms.
basketball.
Well, except they have the worst City Edition uniforms in all of baseball.
I'm not a fan of any of the City editions, really.
You don't like
So
the
they're
White
most.
Sox? The South Side
I
uniforms are
haven't seen the
sick.
White Sox. Most of them are
The
really bad.
black
You
with
do
white
know that that's
pinstripes
true.
and then the like graffiti-esque South Side. Sick.
You think I pay attention to the
Should.
White Sox?
You should.
No, I
Well,
shouldn't.
because they have
They're a
that
terrible
uniform.
baseball
It's
club.
sick. Not anymore. I just rebuilt them on
Tim
MLB The
Anderson
Show.
was the only one that I cared about, and now he's
Luis
gone.
Robert the GOAT.
Home run merchant, I fear.
You're a home run merchant. Sorry. So what was our actual question that we
Yeah,
needed
question
to get
is,
to?
what two teams are going to come out of the NL wildcard race? Boys, I guess boys, but Miller probably can't contribute too much on the National League side of things, or the American League for that matter.
Want
But
to be 3 wild card teams?
yeah, we literally had this exact conversation last week when we did it because you were here, and
Yeah, we
I
did.
said that. This time you're gonna say it.
All
There
right.
will be 3, but the question was asked by 2. But there will be 3. So I'm gonna read you the teams that are in contention, at the very least. But you can also say like the Marlins or the Rockies if you feel led. So got the Padres, the D-backs, the Pirates, the Cubs, the Reds, and the Giants are all the teams that are within 3 games of a wild card spot. So then there's the Nationals, who are a bit farther out, and then the Rockies and Marlins are both 15 games out. So it
Oh, dang, we're
doesn't
only
look great for those.
15 out. Dang.
We're
Yeah.
comeback
So
season.
my 3
Wouldn't be the first
are
time they've done that.
gonna be.
They don't have any Hall of Famers this time, though.
Ah.
So that might make it a little tough.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what you made that little documentary about?
Yeah.
Isn't Chris
Rocktober.
Bryant on the Rockies still
Yeah, but he doesn't play.
gonna be a Hall of Famer? You don't think?
Mate, I don't think so because like
Oh, you're probably
he
right.
he
He's
fell
been
off
playing
at
for a
like
bad team for so
28,
long.
and then he started to
Yeah.
fall off at 28, and then he's just been so injured. He's been on the Rockies for 3 years and has played 70 games. like
Rutro. Yeah, that's not good. But my pick is going to be the Padres, the Pirates, and maybe the Reds. Padres, Pirates, Reds. Yep, those are going to be my 3.
So you think the Braves are going to fall out?
They're a division leader.
No, they're not. Not even kind of close.
Wait, no, oops. Well, my bad. I was looking at
I think they have the biggest
Cardinals, the
gap
Braves,
of
and the
any.
Mets.
Yeah,
Okay,
they're the
as the
farthest
division
behind of any
leaders, and then I
second place
realized that
guy.
2 of those teams are in the same division, and I made an oopsie. Braves.
But
Okay,
without
so
Acuna, they might. They've been struggling.
Braves, Padres. There's no way the Mets make it. Oh, the Mets in it. Oh, win percentage. Okay, weird.
They're also 47 and 45, which is like better than the Pirates.
The Padres have 2 more wins.
Well, the Padres, yeah, I said the Pirates.
Yeah,
But,
but
you know.
like, said 47 to 45 as if like that was like the bar when the bar.
No, I'm just.
Win percentage is weird, and baseball is
500.
stupid.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'll go Braves, Padres, Pirates.
I'm gonna just be different because that's fun. And I'm gonna go Mets. Padres.
No way. Once they trade Alonso, it's over.
I don't think they're going to.
I
I think the Mets are
today.
going to buy and not sell. I don't
Did you see
care
the
about
report today?
baseball reports no
I'm just
longer mean
asking
anything.
you.
I did not though. No.
Oh, he's going to the Astros. They've been in talks for weeks.
The Astros
And the
aren't
Astros
even
are looking to add a first baseman because they're starting to heat up a little bit and they're back in contention for a wild card spot. So they're looking to add a first baseman at the deadline. And the Mets have been trying to sell Pete Alonso to them and one other team. They've been in talks.
They should sell him to the
That's a report I
Rockies just because
saw.
I want to see a
So
700-foot home run one time.
I don't think Pete Alonso will be a Met continually, but if he is, they could do it. I don't know.
So I'm gonna go Mets. I'm gonna go Padres, and then I'm stuck between 3 teams. I'm gonna not say the Pirates because you said them.
Okay.
So I'm stuck between the Reds or
You can.
the
I was gonna say you
Diamondbacks
can
going
take
on a
the
run.
other exciting Cruz shortstop in Cincinnati. If you want to.
Yeah, I think so. The Reds or the Diamondbacks, I think both have the talent to go on a run at the end of the year, and
D-backs are
both could
hurt.
be buyers.
It's
That's
interesting.
but
Yeah. That's
if
why they're kind of
they get
struggling
healthy at the right
now.
time,
They
they
definitely
can.
could. I haven't
So
checked yet.
I'm gonna say the D-backs just because I mean they were a World Series team last year. If they get healthy, they can go on a bit of a run.
Yeah. Tyler?
Sorry, I was playing Pokemon Ultra Sun on my 3DS.
Which 3 teams do
In the
you think will
National
come out of
League,
the NL wild card race?
in the
The
wild
I'm just gonna give
card.
you the names of the
yeah,
teams
you do
who are
that.
in contention, and you pick 3.
All
Okay?
right. Sorry, I got distracted. My
Braves,
Picky Peck evolved. The Braves, okay.
uh, Braves, Cardinals, Mets, Padres, Diamondbacks, Pirates, Cubs, Reds,
I don't need to
Giants.
hear anymore. I need give me the Mets, the Cubs, and the Diamondbacks.
It's certainly possible.
It's all about the
Okay.
All of
Mets,
those teams are
baby.
well.
It's always about the Mets.
The Grimace Mets will not be denied, sadly.
True.
Okay, so that was baseball. Thank you, Walter Whitesell, for that one.
I have to
So,
save
do
my
we not
game.
want to go over our AL wildcard predictions
We
since
might
we're
as
already
well.
here?
Yeah.
Alright, back to Pokemon.
Okay. Let's take a look at those.
Miller's going to
Okay.
predict his own team to somehow sneak in there.
I'm gonna go Yankees, Royals, Astros. As much as I hate to say the Astros.
I'm going to
Yankees, Royals,
go.
Astros.
What has been wrong with the Rangers this year? I haven't paid that much attention.
Injuries like DeGrom, and their starters are old and fragile, and they're just underwhelming.
Okay.
I don't know what it is. I don't watch their games, but I just know that their offense is just performing at a level that they should not be.
I'm going to be the only person who predicts a switch up, but I'm going to say Yankees, Red Sox, Guardians are your wild card teams.
So who do you think wins the Central? The Twins?
Yeah.
Okay, well, should have seen that one coming.
I mean, the Twins are heating up right now.
Yeah, they're playing
And
well.
I mean, the Twins have maybe the best player in that division. If the fucker can stay on the field, Royce Lewis is insane.
I had 2 people that I thought you were talking about before him.
Oh, who were you thinking of on the Twins?
Buxton or Correa?
Buxton, I love.
Both
He
if
just
they're
can't.
healthy will.
That's kind of the thing with the Twins. If they can stay healthy for a run, they're one of the best teams in
Buxton
the league
is
by far.
ridiculous when he's healthy.
Yeah.
He is something special. Okay, Miller. I'm assuming we'll just slide the Rays in there.
Of course.
Yeah.
For you.
My
And
Rays.
then, so your other options are going to be the Yankees, the Twins, the Red Sox, the Royals, the Astros, and the Tigers are really the teams. And the Rangers. You can throw them in there,
I was going to
too.
say the Rangers could do something.
Yeah, give me the Yankees and the Rangers.
Okay.
Yankees, Rangers, Rays for Miller. Okay,
Yeah.
if he ends up being like 3 for 3 on both of his, leaving the show again.
Yeah.
This time for real.
I'll retire
This time for
from
real.
Run the North. It'll
This
be
time
over.
for real.
The North.
But let's get into
Miller, you should write down the names you just picked so we can know later.
Hold on. So
I'll repeat them for you so you can write them down real quick.
Obviously, I don't remember what he picked.
I gotta pull up his notes here. All right. So what were they?
So for the AL, you picked the Rays, Yankees, and Rangers.
Okay.
And for the NL, you picked the Mets, the Cubs, and the Diamondbacks.
All right. If I get even one
If he
of them
goes
right,
6
I
for
know ball.
6, If he goes 6 for 6, I'm gonna
That'd be
yeet
crazy.
myself off a bridge.
Okay,
Or,
so let's get in the football questions so Miller doesn't have to play Pokemon anymore.
even though I enjoyed playing Pokemon.
Who goes from worst to first in their division? Start with that question. It's a two-parter.
I think most likely we talked about this last week. Obviously, I think most likely it's got to be Cincy. Like if Burrow
Most
just
likely is
stays
Cincy,
healthy, they absolutely have a claim to that division.
Yeah.
But my bias, I am throwing the Bears in the ring. I think it is absolutely possible. I don't think it's super likely, but crazier things have happened. And if Caleb Williams comes out and has some unreal rookie season, which is absolutely possible given his talent and the talent around him, and if matching that with what was a top 5 defense last year after Montez Sweat got out of midseason, crazier things have happened. I'm also not super high on Detroit, and I think there's a world where week 17 or week 18, whatever week it is now, between Chicago and Green Bay, like decides the North. I kind of hope it happens, honestly, but I can definitely see a world where that's the case.
I really
hope that. I also see a world where I'm really low on the Lions. I really am. I don't think they improved by that much, and every time Jared Goff gets paid, he turns into the worst quarterback in football.
The Goff extension immediately makes them worse, no matter what.
I genuinely think there's a decent. I think obviously the Bengals are most likely to go worst to first. I think there's a really decent chance, though, that the North, like the top and bottom of the North, flip. I could see the Lions finishing last in that division.
It really depends on McCarthy.
I think the only
Darnold,
I think the only team I don't see don't see a world where they finish last is like Green Bay. And that's obviously healthy. Like if Jordan Love gets hurt, I like whatever, but that's not what I'm talking about. I mean fully healthy, all 4 teams. I think Green Bay is the only one I don't see as a bottom of the barrel in the North team.
True.
Agreed. Yeah. Yeah, but I think it's Cincy. Like New England's not going to do it, and Tennessee won't do it, and
who else? Yeah, the Chargers.
Chargers won't do it.
Think the Chargers. I think it's too early. I think it's too early.
Chargers
in the
is too early.
Next year we'll talk.
They could.
No.
They won't finish last this year.
They definitely won't finish last.
Going to first is tough, though.
Right.
And then
the Chiefs. Yeah.
The Panthers won't do it.
I still entertain that
Bears
the Panthers could. I really do think they could.
Yeah.
Especially if Kirk Cousins doesn't ball out. Like, if we don't get last year Kirk Cousins, the Achilles tear and the lack of Kevin O'Connell, which I know Geek thinks is very likely, I am erring on the side of optimism because I want to see the Falcons play good football. But it's definitely possible. It's definitely not like some far-fetched thing to say Kirk Cousins is going to take a big step back. If that happens, the Saints suck. Tampa will be interesting. But I think the Panthers have done a lot of really cool stuff this offseason. And with with bringing in Dave Canales to work with Bryce Young, who I watched a film breakdown of Bryce Young the other day that inspired me to go back and like watch some of the Carolina last year. Bryce Young wasn't as bad as we all remember. Like the product, like the stats and the like broadcast angle made it look a lot worse. Bryce was still like getting through his progressions, doing what he needed to do. He just had no receivers outside of geriatric Adam Thielen. He had no offensive line. He was going up against really good pass rushers. Play calling wasn't good. Everything was going against him. The offensive line is much improved. He has some real pass catchers now alongside Adam Thielen. All of a sudden, Thielen goes from his number 1 option to his number 3, which I think is much better. The run game is going to be much better with the addition of Jonathan Brooks. You're not going to play Miles Sanders, which is a net positive. The defense is looking a little bit better. Like, I think Carolina could do it. I don't think they will, but I think it's possible.
Certainly possible. Yeah, and then obviously the Cardinals or the Commanders, I don't think will do it. So that is.
I think out of those two, the Cardinals would have the best chance. But with
I like
the
Cardinals. There's no
good
chance.
Take.
We'll get to them in a second.
Cardinals
the
Niners good. Commanders slander also.
We'll get to them in a second.
The Niners are just ridiculous.
A wagon.
So
yeah, there's no shot.
You'd need some really dumb shit to happen.
I was gonna say you'd need a Purdy
or
injury, but
you'd need Kyler to just go.
MVP Kyler?
Which I could see it. Especially if Marv is who we all think Marv is.
Not just Marv, Trey McBride, Greg Dortch,
but I mean, the true number one
Kyler Murray
is very
Yeah.
important. So if
Will
Marv
be.
can be what we all expect, then
Yeah.
Kyler Murray will be the second best quarterback in that division next year.
Behind Stafford.
Stafford, Kyler,
I
Purdy,
think he already is.
Geno.
Yeah.
We didn't see enough healthy of him last year. I want to believe that he
I have
is for
seen
sure.
Kyler play
I
in the
love him
NFL
so
long enough
much.
to know.
You
Yeah,
will.
I know what Kyler is.
Even as somebody who's a big
Is he-
Purdy guy relative to you
he's not
guys, I
better
still
than
think
Stafford.
Kyler's the second best quarterback in that division.
Yeah.
Not better
Which
than
honestly is
Stafford,
saying a lot because Stafford, I think, is the first guy outside of the top 5.
Yeah. I think I have him. Ooh, where do I have Stafford? I just did that list.
6 or 7. Who's gonna lead the
6
Bears
or
in
7.
receiving yards, guys?
Denniston Oliver Moore Jr.
Cole Kmet.
Good take.
Cole Kmet.
No, I do think
Caleb
unironically,
Williams. Caleb Williams is gonna love Cole Kmet.
My hot take is I do think Cole will be second.
I think he could be first.
I don't think that will happen.
I know it's a tough route.
I mean, I would
Tight
love
ends
to
are
be
rookie
wrong.
quarterbacks' best friends.
Dude, if Cole Kmet comes out
tight
next
end.
year and breaks 1,000 yards, do you know how much of a high that will be for me?
Yes, it's one of those two though.
No,
I don't think Keenan Allen really.
It's not that
I don't know. Keenan's gonna fill the role of like.
I think
He's gonna do what Jordan Addison did, which was Caleb's favorite target.
I think Rome is gonna be okay.
Rome's production is going to seem very low next year just because of all the mouths they have to feed.
Guy.
I think Cole will be the red zone guy.
Yeah, maybe.
Dude, 6'6" and has like perfect hands. He's the red zone
guy. Roma Dunze is
not that tall
and has good hands.
Good take. You guys are speaking good language right now. I like this. I like this. I'm trying to be reasonable, and you guys are pushing the Miller football agendas.
I have Stafford at 7 and Kyler at 9.
I would say I'd probably have Stafford at 6 and Kyler around 9.
I have Dak at 6.
That's a tough one. That's something I'd have to think about. That's a good point. I think it's close between those two.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
we'll see when
Bears,
we do. We haven't a quarterback yet.
Yeah.
Have we?
No, we haven't. When we get to that, you will see.
Perfect.
No, that was just my list. I pre-made all my lists, so I don't have to think about them the night we come in. I can just yap.
Right.
Third.
But
yeah,
not as a slight to Keenan. I think there is a world where Cole finishes second receiving yards, and it's just because we see how much young quarterbacks love tight ends, and especially in a Waldron offense where the tight end is like, I don't want to say the centerpiece, but a very, very important piece. And then you look at Seattle with DK being the X. He was obviously their leading receiver. DJ's RX. I think we're going to see. I think Kmet's going to be a lot more productive than people are thinking, at least. Because, everyone talks about the Bears offense. You hear about DJ and Keenan and Rome, obviously, and DeAndre Swift. No one's talking about Cole for some reason. We're forgetting that he's gotten better every single year of his career. He was one of the most productive tight ends in the back half of football last year with Tyson fucking Bagent and Justin Fields throwing him the football. Like, Cole Kmet's damn good, and I'm really excited to see what he's going to do with Caleb. So I think even if he's not second, even if we get 2,000-yard receivers with DJ and Keenan, which is possible, I do think Cole's going to be a lot more productive than people think. He's just better. Ask Tyrann Mathieu. That is his father.
I'm better.
He is.
I am better. Yeah.
I am better. I just watched that episode. It's fresh in the mind.
Incredible episode of The Boys. Love that show.
Yeah. Okay.
Never seen it.
Can I ask you two a question?
I know you don't watch. Hold on, real quick. I know
you
don't watch TV. Change that, please. I'm begging you. I think you
The
would
Boys
adore
is good.
The Boys.
I think sure I would.
It is right up your alley in terms of just like fuckery. I think you would really like it.
That's fair.
So I have a question.
Shoot.
Am I a horrible person for loving Homelander?
In what way?
I think he's a fantastically written character.
Like, okay, do you like the character or do you like
do you want to be him?
Right. Do you align with Homelander or are you just a fan of the character?
No. No. I mean, I think that he is a phenomenally written and portrayed character.
But you don't align yourself with Homelander.
No, I'm not like preparing
to
do the things that
No,
Homelander
you're not a horrible
done.
person then because he's objectively a very well written and portrayed character. Anthony
Right. He's one of
Starr
my
is
favorite
putting,
characters for
yeah,
the reason why
Anthony Starr is
okay.
putting on an all-time performance as Homelander. I've said before on here, I think Anthony Starr's performance as Homelander is up there with like Heath Ledger's Joker in terms of the best villains of all time. He's incredible. That being said, MM is the best character on that show. Well, I can't. I'm not going to say love
not
and then
yet.
say his name.
Not yet. Not yet. Wasn't it? Well, what do you mean his name?
Do you not know his name yet?
I know his real name.
Yeah. Do you not know like what the MM stands for?
You can say that on this
Marshall
podcast.
Mathers.
I know I can, but
You
I
can
didn't
say
want.
that
I
on
didn't
this
want to say
podcast.
love and then follow it up with that because that would
Oh,
sound really bad.
yeah.
Out of
Miller
context.
loves mother's milk.
right.
He loves
Right.
mother's
Exactly. It would
milk.
sound bad out of context.
Miller loves mother's
No,
milk.
that makes sense.
That would have been the
well,
that would have
you
been the
can
TikTok
buy
clip.
that though. Not G Fuel, Gamer Subs. They make
I'm
like
sure Homelander does.
the like G Fuel.
Yeah.
Homelander does love
knockoff.
mother's milk. That is accurate.
There's a G Fuel knockoff Gamer Subs. One of their flavors is just called Titty Milk.
Oh,
So,
yeah. But yeah, no.
How
Marvin
do they
is his
know?
real name. He is my favorite character. I love
How
Marvin.
do they know?
yeah, now we know. I definitely.
How do they know? How does Gamer Subs know?
How does
that
Gamer
flavor
Subs
Rigorous
know?
trial and error in testing.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, hey, listen.
How do
Listen,
they
as long as
know?
all parties are consenting, no judgment.
That's fair. All right.
All right.
What's next?
Who?
Isn't
What
there
is
a
the
second
Arizona
part to that
Cardinals?
question?
Yeah.
It was the Bears receiving yards.
Oh,
The next question: what is the Arizona Cardinals' floor and ceiling? Is Greg Dortch the greatest receiver of all time? We'll start with the first part. Floor 6-11, ceiling 11-6. Flip it.
I agree with that. I am going to align myself with that. I think
With Kyler coming back in the Gannon defense, I can't see him losing winning less than 6 games. But I could see them winning 11-12. But I'm going to stick with 11 because 12 seems ambitious.
I'm going to say 6-11 and 12-5 just because I want to be different.
This is fair.
this guy. You know, I agree with you all the way, Jake.
Okay. And then why is Greg Dortch the greatest receiver of all time?
Well, I mean, have you looked at him? Have you seen the video where he mosses a 5'7" corner and then goes like that, tells him to get big? That is aura.
Isn't he like 5'5" himself?
Yes, that's
That's
why
why
incredible.
he can do that. Why he can do that.
The greatest thing I've ever
Legally,
seen.
he isn't
The
allowed
best
to
part about
because
it,
he's tall. He's
the
shorter.
Cardinals were down by like 30 when he did it.
Well,
Yeah, I think Chris Paul hits a huge three to cut the lead down to.
Yeah, except Greg Dortch is a short king, therefore it's awesome. Also, like unironically, I think
so is Chris Paul.
True. My point guard, Chris Paul.
Yeah.
My point guard. Because I don't want to claim the other guy because he went to Duke.
Valid.
But no, unironically though, like Greg Dortch is genuinely a really underrated receiver. He's done a lot of really special things in Arizona. He's made a lot of really big plays. You go and watch him against the Bears last year. He had a huge play where he made the entirety of the Bears secondary in the back half of the year when they were really good look silly. I mean, look utterly ridiculous. Granted, one of those players was Eddie Jackson. I can make Eddie Jackson look silly, but that's neither here nor there. The point is, Greg Dortch has made some really nice plays, and I think with a fully healthy Kyler, and now that he's going to have an actual role in the offense as, I would say, wide receiver 3 to start out, I think he'll end up overtaking Michael Wilson during this season as the second wide receiver. We've seen kind of an emergence of these smaller wide receivers really starting to be taken seriously outside of gadget roles. You know, you see Devonta Smith kind of started it. Granted, he's still 6 feet tall, but he's real skinny. Then last year, Tank Dell exploding onto the scene. Josh Downs exploding onto the scene. This year, a lot of people are predicting the Pop Douglas breakout in New England.
Nope.
I think Greg Dortch is in that same vein. Same type of build, same type of player. Really crafty, really good route runner, great after the catch. I'm really excited to see what Greg Dortch is going to do this year.
All right.
There you go, Nicole. There's your Greg Dortch prop.
Greg Dortch prop.
He's wearing number 4 now, which is pretty cool.
That is better.
That is better than 83.
Better.
Yep. Okay. Who was poised to have a breakout season and why?
Greg Dortch,
Unironically, yes.
because Miller said so.
Give
No.
me. No,
Who did I bring
okay.
up last time?
I remember who I brought up, but you
Mekhi
guys didn't
Blackman.
like it.
I did bring up Kai.
Oh, my homer pick, bias pick is Dontavian Wicks. That dude's special.
I think everyone's predicting a Dontavian Wicks breakout.
I was
Like,
like,
I
yeah,
think
but we
he's-
all gotta
Yeah.
we gotta make our homer picks.
Yeah.
Mine's gonna be Mekhi Blackman.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
and
going with
my
Javon Dexter for sure. Then I love.
I would have went
Dexter.
Roshan. but
my
fair enough.
I think
non-homer
Roshan's going to be
pick.
good too, but the thing is, not to cut you
Sorry,
off, Jake,
Jake.
just to explain myself real quick. Javon Dexter is going to be a full-time starter. And the
That's fair.
weakest point on the Bears defense right now is the defensive line, just because we don't have like a certified stud opposite Montez Sweat. So they're going to be asking a lot of Dexter alongside Andrew Billings. And we saw a lot of really nice flashes last year out of Dexter as a rotational starter, with Justin Jones being the other guy. Now that he's out of the building and in Arizona, you've got Dexter, who is this athletic freak, super huge, long arm type of guy. I'm not comparing him to this player, but he's got the DeForest Buckner build, which is what Matt Eberflus wants in his 3 technique. He's trying to find the next DeForest Buckner. And Javon Dexter has that build. He has the athletic traits to kind of do that. So I think he is going to be someone that they're going to be hinging on big time on the defensive line. And if he can break out, then look the fuck out. I do think Roshan's going to be awesome too, but I think Dexter's breakout is more likely, and I think it would be far more impactful.
My non-homer pick is Tyjae Spears because Tony Pollard is booty, and Tyjae Spears is one of the most efficient running backs. In the
My
NFL with
Tulane
given carries.
king.
So
Love
give me
Tyjae
Tyjae.
Spears.
He is going to be the RB1, maybe even right away, depending on what happens in camp. He's efficient, explosive, great job catching the football. Will Levis, I'm assuming, really likes him just because of that ability to
Doing
catch the
it
football.
all without ACLs.
And Tony Pollard was given the chance to be an RB1, stunk. Tyjae Spears, given the chance to be an RB1 with Henry being hurt and kind of load managing with being a little bit older, was fantastic. So, yeah, give me Tyjae.
We already brought up Greg Dortch, but I'm gonna say my non-biased pick. I guess shout out Hammy, and I'm gonna go Keaton Mitchell.
Ooh, okay.
Is he gonna play right away?
Probably not, but he'll probably be like week 4 or 5. But his breakout,
he will be good.
It's gonna be
He will
similar
be
to
good.
Roshan, where he's not gonna be
They
the
lost
every
Dobbins
down
and
guy.
Edwards, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they have Derrick Henry now, so it's maybe the most fun Thunder and Lightning duo.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say Keaton Mitchell's a great change of pace to
Yeah.
Henry. That'll be
Yep.
fun.
Yep.
I agree.
My non-biased pick. I'm gonna go with Cordell Flott in New York.
Okay.
I am really, really excited about the Giants secondary. Because obviously you have Deontay Banks, who was incredible last year. They drafted Tyler Nubin out of Minnesota, who I was a big fan of, and I think is the perfect Xavier McKinney replacement for them. You have Jason Pinnock, who is a really, really nice run defender, pretty instinctive in zone, super athletic. And then you drafted Drew Phillips, who I think is going to be an immediate day one starter in the nickel. That leaves Cordell Flott, who is your other boundary corner, because for the beginning of his career, they called him Cordell Slot because all through LSU, he played in the slot. Then he got drafted to the Giants, played in the slot, didn't play super great. They tried him outside last year. And if you watch the New York Giants defense last year, there were so many plays that this guy made that nobody talks about. Jumping routes left and right, didn't come down with a lot of interceptions, but a ton of PBUs, a ton of physical plays like at the catch point. If he can continue to develop on the outside opposite Deontay Banks, I think the Giants secondary is going to be awesome long-term. And Jake, this is not a shot at Xavier McKinney, but I really do think there's a world where Giants fans forget that dude ever existed if the secondary pans out the way I think it's going to. Xavier McKinney's still incredible. It's just I think they're going to be fine. And I think Cordell Flott, the breakout is upon us. I'm very, very excited to see what he's going to do.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And then the second part of that question is, what teams are you guys picking? Super Bowl 25. I've decided. I let Twitter decide, and I'm going with West Virginia to start off with the dynasty on my own personal side. But I'm curious to hear you boys.
So are we talking about like our personal dynasties, or like, do you want me to talk about the team that I'm going with through the league?
Go with all of them.
So.
Oh, and the league I'm doing. Sorry, just so I can wrap up my piece. In the Miller Football College Football 25 League, I'm taking Drew Allar and Penn State. So, yes.
Yeah, in my league that I'm doing, I'm taking North Carolina. I'm really, really excited to get them fixed. I'm also really excited to play with Marion Hampton. He's really exciting. And the defensive end, whose name is escaping me, I know he's one of the top 100 players. And then for my own personal dynasty, I think I'm just going to import Frostburg State. I think that's the move. I think I'm going to put Frostburg State in the MAC and see what happens.
Action.
So,
Love it.
So, playing this game is going to be a big part of my job over the next couple of weeks. So I have a bunch planned.
Well, I'm picking Wyoming.
Well, that is the one I'm doing for my YouTube series, obviously. I'm doing Wyoming for the YouTube series. I'm also doing a rebuild, a dynasty against Caleb, where he's going to be rebuilding Colorado State, so the Rams and the Cowboys. And I'm going to do Wyoming. That way it's the border war rebuild, because that's a fun one. Jake?
Who's the best player on Wyoming right now? Just out of pure curiosity.
Ooh, I don't know.
Do they have anybody good? Or are you starting with a bunch of scrubs?
They're probably going to be mostly scrubs. I'm sure they have another really good linebacker because we've had a draftable linebacker every year for the last 5. So
who was
probably
it this year?
Another linebacker. This year it was Easton Gibbs, who is on the Seahawks.
Okay, dope.
I think he's going to be really good. And then I don't know who next year will be, obviously. I didn't pay that much attention to them last year, if I'm going to be honest, so I don't know where they are right now.
Now that you can rebuild them. Coming in with a fresh mind.
Yeah.
You have no idea what happened last year. It's not even in your head.
Not even a little.
You're going to talk about this year.
Yeah, doing 2 with Wyoming. For Nicole's league, I'm going to be rebuilding Oklahoma.
I'm also in Nicole's
they suck
league
now.
And I'm going to be playing as Navy.
Nope.
Nice. Valente wants to do
but if I was, I'd be playing as Coastal Carolina.
I don't know if I'm going to get to join because I don't know how many 1-star schools there are going to be, but I'm sure this school is going to be a 1-star. So if I join that, if there are enough 1-stars, I will be taking over the Louisiana Monroe Warhawks because their quarterback is General Booty, who used to play at Oklahoma, and that name is
gotta
funny.
be.
So
UConn's got to be a 1-star. I would take UConn in a 1-star league. But UConn's also one I'm heavily considering.
In Miller's league, I'm not sure what other team I'm gonna pick. I'm kind of I don't know. Honestly,
he's gonna come rolling out there with Georgia or something.
No, but
he's gonna be sick of the bad teams by then.
USC maybe.
Well, Caleb isn't there anymore.
Which
so
right,
okay.
Not a great team, but like
useless.
A good team.
They mean nothing.
I was gonna say Caleb's gone, so irrelevant.
Sure. No, I just like USC.
Sure.
So, that's probably my pick. Just because with how many times I'm going to be dealing with Wyoming, I don't really want to again. So,
sure. I would like to point out as well, every school I rebuild will be running the Delaware Wing T. We will be instating real football.
Where are you guys hoping to go for your Road to Glories, though?
Anywhere that I can run the Delaware Wing T.
Is that like the...
Yeah.
Like where you're a player?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, like what school?
Yeah. Where do you want to go? Doesn't mean you'll get to be there, but Penn State. Why Penn State?
My grandparents lived near Penn State for a long time. My grandpa was a big Penn State fan, so every time I'd go there to visit them, he'd be like, watch this, this is real football. And then he'd show me a Penn State game.
You just want a song written about you like you're Trace McSorley.
Yeah, so I would
see through the lies of the Jedi.
My boring answer is Penn State, but I think UConn. UConn's a big sports school.
I'm just gonna follow the NIL.
I just want to get into
I'm really
honestly
I end up at like Northern Illinois or North Dakota State.
Bro just wants to be. Are you just gonna make yourself a fullback for Road to Glory?
I can't. It's quarterback, halfback, linebacker, corner, and I think tight end and receiver.
Oh,
But no, I'll
well,
be
that
a
sucks.
I'll be a quarterback and hand the ball off every play.
I really hope they do this well with Madden and get Road to Glory and the
Yeah,
career mode in Madden synced up.
they already
Well,
said they did.
I know they're going. I hope they do it well.
Oh,
Was my bigger point.
gotcha.
I hope
Yeah.
that the Madden one doesn't suck.
Well, you know how that goes. It hasn't been good since the long shot days.
True.
What do y'all know about the white boy slot receiver that kind of looked like Wes Welker? Colt something.
Oh God,
What's the
long shot
quarterback's
days.
name?
That wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
What's the quarterback's name?
Wasn't
Oh
that?
my
Oh
goodness,
God.
I should know both those names.
I don't know.
I
Either.
don't.
Devin Wade and Colt Cruz.
Colt Cruz.
Hulk Cruz is crazy. All right, where were we? Okay. Oh, is there any chance Tua will get extended before the season? No.
No.
Doubt it.
And if I'm the
Is
Dolphins, I'm not paying him at all.
Is there a chance? Yes. Should they? No. Absolutely not. Yeah, like Geek said, I don't think I would give Tua an extension period.
If I'm the Dolphins, I would hope that Dak hits free agency. And if he doesn't, I think with the offense they run, they can pick up any mid-level quarterback and be fine.
Y'all are not ready for the Tyrod Taylor Miami run.
That would go so hard. Tyrod's so good, dude. He's got to be the unluckiest quarterback
if he was a
of all
free
time.
agent, I'd be in. Yeah.
He will be at the end of the year. He's the Jets'
So then
backup
here's
right
the
now.
question. If Tua leaves, where does he go?
Where?
Someone will sign him.
Where does he go?
Vegas.
The Falcons will bring him in to mentor Michael Penix.
No, he is going to Vegas. That makes so much sense.
Hey, and then the Tua Herbert debate's going to be great.
I have a question.
Oh.
Actually, not a question, a statement. If Bo Nix stinks, Denver.
What if he goes to Pittsburgh?
I think Pittsburgh's going to be done trying the veteran thing if this doesn't work.
I think Fields might still be
two
there by the
attempts.
time Tua's available.
I was going to say, I really
yes.
do think Fields probably doesn't win
I
the
think
job
they're
at
gonna
the
buy.
start of the
I
year,
think they're
but
gonna
he'll get
buy
it
in on
eventually.
Fields. I think they're gonna buy in on Fields. Not that they should, but they
I hope not.
No,
Bro
Fields
just
stinks.
doesn't want people to improve.
I low key would be okay if Fields sucked, just
Listen,
so every Fields fanboy on Twitter could eat a dick.
Yeah, if
Bro
Fields
just wants to pretend that Luke
be
Getsy
mad.
wasn't the problem. Luke Getsy and Matt Nagy,
They
because
act
Fields
like
was
the two
really set up
legends
for
cannot
success.
coexist.
Luke Getsy
Neither
was
of them
never
are
the
legends,
problem.
but okay, buddy.
Still have a job
Let me
today.
put it this way, Geek. If there is a toxic relationship, how often is it really that it's just one person's fault that it's toxic?
I mean, in general, most of
Uh,
the time,
I have never been in a
it always
a real
starts one way.
relationship in my life.
It always
so
starts with one
cannot-
person being a piece of shit, and
But then the second person
then it
retaliates. No,
devolves. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
started out with the
But you
Bears'
asked whose
offense
fault
being
it
unable to
was.
develop them, and then Justin retaliated by sucking at football. Therefore, both sides wrong. Caleb Williams wins.
Yeah, but Mike Tomlin's about to make him the GOAT because of voodoo.
Mike Tomlin.
Tomlin really should be the coach of the Saints. Think about how that voodoo would work down there in the voodoo capital.
They would accuse him of being a witch doctor.
Oh, 100%.
No, listen. I'm gonna say something, but as soon as I say it, everyone's gonna get mad at me. In terms of passing, just purely as a passer, Justin Fields has a lot of the same problems that Mitch Trubisky had. Mike Tomlin could not fix that.
See, but those problems were weird because he didn't really have those at Ohio State. Matt Nagy taught him those problems. It's almost like Matt Nagy was the problem for both quarterbacks. Though I don't think Trubisky ever really had the talent to
How
develop
many
into
times did
anything
Justin
good.
Fields have to
Fields
actually
did.
read a defense at Ohio State?
I don't know. I didn't watch Ohio State back then.
The answer is not very many. Because Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson were always open.
Well, George Pickens might as well always be open.
Listen, if you think you can win a Super Bowl by throwing a fader out every play, fuck you. Go ahead, try
Joe
it. See what
Flacco did it.
Yeah, but Justin Fields doesn't have one of the top 5 greatest defenses of all time on the other side of the ball.
In the words of Donald J.
He might.
Trump,
You don't know. Oh God.
Joe Flacco was elite. So
Still my favorite RTN clip of all time. Was Trump right? Oh,
just the
what?
fact that Geek is in full Christmas gear, just
Huh?
um, that was Matthew. Is that letter to Matthew Stafford? And that was a crazy episode. That was letter to Matthew
All-timer.
Stafford and
All-timer.
the goat trophy discourse where we just made fun of Geek for buying his own trophy.
True.
That was a banger of an episode. That one was crazy. Anyway,
Yeah.
so Tua will not get extended before the season, nor should he be. And we mentioned Dak, but talking about another Cowboy, second part of this question. Possible landing spots for CD Lamb.
Dallas,
Texas. They will give him a blank
report
check.
came out that CD wanted, like, negotiations were starting at $32 million a year. I think you're fucking clicking your heels and jumping for joy and doing a little jig if you're Dallas.
What is JJ making?
35.
Oh yeah, then yeah. If you're Dallas, you're pumped.
Yeah,
Because I honestly thought CD was going to make more than JJ.
he still might, but like the negotiations
Probably
are
will.
starting lower, and that's what
Right.
matters.
Yeah.
Plus, it's Jerry Jones, dude. He's got a superstar. He has, according to the Run the North wide receiver rankings, the second best receiver in football. Therefore,
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't.
I know
see any
people's
reason why
whole question
they wouldn't pay him.
because they can't pay Dak, Micah, and CD.
What if they do and just get rid of everyone else?
That would be really dumb.
But would it not be on brand?
It would be fairly on brand. But everybody's like, it's more likely that they just pay Dak and Micah. I really don't think so. I think Dak and Dallas's relationship is way farther gone than most people think.
I think if Dak doesn't stick around in Dallas, it's not a Dallas doesn't want to pay him thing. It's a Dak's fed the fuck up thing, which is absolutely on the table. Because Dak, doesn't he have in his contract where he can't be franchise tagged again? Isn't that a thing?
Yep.
Yeah. So if Dak doesn't want to re-sign, he doesn't have to because someone will pay Dak.
A lot of teams would.
Yeah, there are at least 15 teams that would pay Dak Prescott a blank check.
Yeah.
Easily. Probably
and there'll probably be more than that at the end of the year.
Right.
Because teams will have decided on either their rookie or second year guys.
Imagine Aaron Rodgers retires and New York just goes and gets Dak.
I could see
Wild.
it.
What if the Giants got Dak?
That'd be fucked up, but I could see it.
Wouldn't that would be such a good move for Dak, though? Because first of all, Dak in a Dable system would be incredible. Second of all, biggest fuck you possible to Jerry Jones.
Well, no, the biggest would be going to Dallas or to Philly.
Well, the biggest realistic fuck you because they're
back to the Commanders.
Well, no, they just invested the second overall pick in a mistake.
Who cares?
Won't need him.
They would need him.
Two quarterback system.
But no, can't do that. John Madden says if you have two quarterbacks, you have no quarterbacks.
I agree, but I mean,
if you have two quarterbacks,
you're just using one as a running back, so it's okay.
As Jalen Warren says, Jalen Warren
Jaden
has
Daniels
said,
hate.
if you have two quarterbacks, one of them is going to return kicks because that's how it works.
True. The Jaden Daniels kick
Warren.
returner arc will be studied.
The weird way Madden always picks a random quarterback to just make look like shit every year is wild. It was Fields this year. It was Cuzzo last year. They just pick somebody to embarrass for no reason.
This next year, it will be
Goff.
It's gotta be Goff. It'll be the goofball.
Goff.
That would be late epic troll by electric.
But third part of this question.
Oh no. Oh, this is
What
the
would the
Grayson
Packers
questions.
do if Jordan Love was a one-season wonder? He isn't, but if he was, I'll
Crap.
tell you what I
Draft
would
another
do. Actually,
quarterback.
maybe I
Sign
won't tell
Dak.
you what I would do. I can't tell you what I would do on this podcast. I'm gonna mute myself and I'm gonna say it.
I'm gonna read his
No,
list.
just say it. I really think you should just say it.
He's saying he will die and jump off a bridge.
I definitely think he said the F word.
Oh,
No, I said I will drive and to jump off a bridge
Ah.
immediately. I just kept repeating that until Miller read my lips
I was
correctly.
gonna say I saw it jump off a bridge. I just didn't get the
I
first
swear
part.
I saw you say fuck somewhere in there.
He's going to fuck the bridge.
Hey,
With
Okay,
his
wait,
face.
one second.
He said he's gonna fucking
got-
kill himself.
oh,
That
damn.
was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Sorry.
I'm actually
We
kind
got
of
an
okay.
almost
Jordan
fake
Love-
doing that.
F-bomb.
If Jordan
I'm
Love was a
not.
one-season wonder, it
You'll
would just suck
cope
and draft
because
another
the Packers have
quarterback.
been so
Yeah.
good for so long that
I was
you
gonna
can
say
cope.
you just learn how
I
everyone else
was-
lives.
I was kind of thinking he stunk at the beginning of last year. I'm prepared for the outcome. It won't
That's fair.
happen. He was so good last year.
Unfortunately, I do fear Jordan
just-
Love will be good.
What player do you predict most to have a sophomore slump?
I think objectively Puka Nakua will have a slump
Yeah.
just because he's not going to replicate the statistics he had this year.
Because Cooper Kupp will come back healthy and
Plus,
take
what
away
did
some of
what
his
did Puka
target
have?
share.
Like 1,600
Ridiculousness.
yards.
I gotta look it up.
He had something unreal.
He had 1,486 yards, 6 touchdowns,
Where did I
105
get?
catches.
Oh, he had 1,600 yards in the last season of my Madden League. That's where I got that from. We are too deep into the off season. I am blending realities. But no, my heart wants to say Sam Laporta.
I mean, he had 1,575 as a total because he had 89 rushing
Yeah.
yards.
Yeah.
He did.
Either way, I just don't think he's going to have those type of numbers again. He'll be another 1,000-yard receiver, and he'll still be an incredible football player. I just don't think he'll match the production. But my heart.
I was gonna say Jordan Addison because he spent half the year as a wide receiver one. Like
Yeah.
he's not putting up another 10 touchdown season. I don't think that's possible.
my
And
heart.
that's not a shot at Addison. It's just
Yeah. My heart wants to say Sam Laporta, so I'm going to say Sam Laporta. I'm going to manifest it.
That's my answer. Sam Laporta.
We
Valid.
are manifesting a poor season from Sam Laporta.
Well, I'm manifesting a
It might
poor
not
golf
even be.
season,
I was gonna say
which
it's probably not even a Laporta
in
season. It's just
turn will end up
goofball
affecting
being-
Okay, but I
Laporta.
also need Laporta to suck for my pre-draft narrative to come back.
But yeah, I'm expecting.
My answer was going to be Laporta or Will Anderson, either or.
Will Anderson, again, it would be like Puka, where he's still going to be damn good. It's just the numbers.
Yeah,
But even
definitely.
then, there's a world where his numbers go up. Because teams are going to be keyed on Danielle Hunter, leaving him a little bit more
That's
open.
true. That
'Cause
could be.
what did Will Anderson have
true.
last year? He had
Not
double-digit
bad,
sacks.
Will Anderson had
7 sacks.
Yeah.
Not double digits.
Who won
Not
Defensive
even
Rookie of the
close.
Year last year?
Will Anderson.
Why?
He had 45 combined tackles, 16.
you.
He had 29
now-
solos, 16 assists, 7 sacks.
Now Miller's remembering why I argued so hard for Ivan Pace.
No forced
the
fumbles,
answer
no
was always
INTs.
Kobe Turner. Because Kobe had, I
Disagree.
Yeah,
think
fair.
Kobe had just as many sacks, or maybe like a sack less. Also had a shit ton of TFLs. It was like the best defensive tackle in football in the back half of the year.
Kobe Turner
more
had 9
sacks,
sacks.
actually.
He had 9. Dude
But less-
outproduced Will Anderson from a sack.
He had
I-
way less QB hits and less tackles for loss, though. So
No, I don't care. This is a threat to the NFL award voting committee. I will find you.
really, this is what it's going to be over, not the fact that they've gotten every award wrong for the last like 12 years.
Yeah, because Kobe Turner.
Well, this is one of those awards, technically, so
Yeah,
that they got wrong. He's just
Yeah,
hunting
but
out
why
on
is
one.
this the final straw?
because Kobe Turner.
He loves Kobe Turner.
I do. Kobe
Ridiculousness.
Turner and I are birds of a feather. 2 peas in a pod, if you will. Jake, you are in this pod with us as well. As music kids.
Why? Oh, yes.
Because you did choir, right? Or did you just do theater?
Oh, I did choir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kobe Turner did choir.
What?
Oh, yeah.
I did
I love
choir
Kobe Turner.
and band. What
I
are
always
you
forget
on?
you did choir too, because you went to a school with like
Yeah,
3
but
people.
you don't place your identity in it.
No, I was also a band kid. I was more of a band kid. Anyways,
To be
but-
fair,
Wait,
in
let me
college,
guess.
Kobe Turner was also
Let me
more of a
guess.
band kid.
Let me guess. Tuba.
no,
Oboe.
you'll never guess.
You played the
Oboe?
I've also
xylophone?
You played
told you before. No,
You played flute, didn't you?
no,
Played the
Clarinet?
maracas.
clarinet.
You played
Bro,
clarinet.
Squidward. He think he's Squidward.
Dude, I played trombone. We can start a band. What do you play, Miller?
Let's go.
Voice.
Miller never
Okay,
did
Miller-
band.
I did
What
it.
a bozo.
Clarinet. A trio with a clarinet, a vocalist, and a trombone will surely crack.
We will
all
only
sorts of
do
musical
Sinatra
records.
covers.
There you go.
Miller's got a very specific style.
No, I have learned from playing D&D that I sound very good singing Frank Sinatra. I really like
I have
singing
yet to
Sinatra.
hear you sing
I
Sinatra.
feel
'Cause it
I
hasn't-
feel
hasn't
very
been an
confused as to
appropriate
why
time.
that's happened during D&D.
Because
But-
the
He
DM...
plays a bard, so he
Yeah.
has to sing.
Yeah.
That's what bards do.
No.
They're
Oh,
musical
right.
guys.
I-
And also,
be a bard.
Sinatra just fit the
Eh,
vibe
oh
of
my
my
lord.
character, therefore...
The
And
best.
am I wrong? Dino's
I
pretty
can-
Sinatra-coded, no?
A little.
My singing voice. I've nailed it down to 2 people who are on vastly different ends of their spectrums. Noah Khan and Ben Platt are my 2.
Ooh, interesting.
My 2.
I can't sing, so nobody.
Can you match
bad.
pitch, Geek?
More so Noah Khan.
What?
Do you think you can match pitch?
Geek, what note is this?
I don't do that to me right
no,
now.
I'm
We're not.
not putting you on the spot. I'm
Did
just
you even
asking,
hear what I
like,
did?
I don't think I can't. No, I didn't.
Wait,
actually.
did my bit not land?
No.
Didn't land at
Okay.
all.
Your camera's sharp.
Frick. I went and Geek went noticed, and then I just banged on my table.
Yeah.
So it was gonna be really funny if it hit.
Interesting.
Okay.
But I don't know. I think I can, but I don't actually know.
Gotcha.
I think I
Geek, what
can
no-
just because
Geek,
choir
What
I
note
was
is
gonna say,
this?
if you can match pitch, you can
still
sing.
didn't come through. No,
It
it just doesn't sound good. My voice is bad.
Oh.
Note is this. That one came
There you
through.
go. That one went through. It's Discord removing the background noise. Discord
Yeah.
does that.
All right, we are
Why is
over an
this meant
hour
to be
into
good
this. What's
audio
our next question?
Oh
It's
Lord,
fine.
I'm tired. No, it's not. Who wins first? Jake trying to get a hole-in-one in golf, or Miller trying to lead block for CMC against Fred Warner? We had like a 20-minute discussion about this.
Well, let's do it
last time.
again. I don't
me.
remember the discussion. It's
me.
well, so it goes back to the thing that I brought up last time. Is it about CMC gaining a yard, or is it about Miller successfully blocking? Because if it's
about Miller
CMC
successfully
gaining
blocking.
a yard,
I believe we've clarified this with Valente.
we decided. But oh, did you? I didn't know that part.
I also did.
You guys
I
talked to
swear I
Valente?
asked him.
He might have.
Maybe
I
not.
didn't.
Okay. Well, I'm
Maybe
gonna
I didn't.
go. I'm gonna
I swear I
continue
did.
with the. See if it's just about CMC gaining a yard.
It's
Miller
Miller
wins.
because CMC will just get away from Fred Warner on his own.
Yes.
He won't need.
Miller's
won't
just gonna
need
kind of
Miller.
stand there. Miller's gonna set a screen like it's basketball.
Yeah, or CMC's getting a yard if Miller turns around and tries to tackle him too. Like if Miller turns and goes like rogue, CMC is still getting a
Am I
yard.
allowed to just box out Fred Warner? Can I like turn around and like full
Miller's just like-
him? Because I want to know,
Even then, he
like
probably just-
genuinely,
He
do
probably
I have,
just toss you to the side.
Yeah.
do I have to like
Also,
get up in
the-
his chest,
The question is,
firm grip on the interior of his pads, and like start chopping my feet? Because I think I could
the
do it.
question is what
I don't
What
think
play
you
are they
could even
running?
get a
Proper tech-
hand on him.
Proper technique plus
What play-
low man wins.
I don't
play-
even
what
think
play
you
are they
could get a
running?
hand on him.
We will never know.
What play are they
No,
running? That's
we're gonna
also the
get
question.
big enough.
Inside
that
run,
we
Yeah,
outside
will-
run.
That's a good point.
What
What
play
are
are
we
they
playing?
running?
Are we running a play out of the Delaware wing tee? Because I think if we threw that at Fred Warner, he'd just get really confused.
He'd be
I
like,
think
"What are
he'd
these
just-
morons doing? Like, what is happening right
Listen,
now?"
He'd
what is
just
Fred
stand
Warner
there and
gonna
watch
do?
you lose yards on your own.
What is Fred Warner gonna do when we whip out
Miller
the T
trips
formation?
CMC.
Yeah,
What if I take the ball and run myself?
you die. I
Yeah,
don't. I don't know if you're taking a Fred
goes
Warner
to
hit,
jail
dog.
for Fred Warner goes to jail for manslaughter if you take the ball
I've
and run
taken
yourself.
worse.
I fear.
I don't think you have.
I got hit by a 4-wheeler once.
The
Bro's just trying to one up the fact that I brought
Straight
up getting
on?
hit by multiple cars
Wait,
last time.
how and when did you get hit by a 4-wheeler?
So, for context, my grandparents used to live like out in the middle of bumfuck nowhere and had this huge property. And we'd ride 4-wheelers all the time. And we had a family reunion. I was trying to show one of my cousins how to ride a 4-wheeler, and they were like 8, and he didn't know what he was doing. I was standing in front of him like an idiot. I was like, "Okay, so you hit that for the gas," and he just said, "Okay." I was fine.
Just ran you over.
He bumped me and I went flying back, but like I was fine. It's just the idea of it. I got hit by a 4-wheeler.
Okay, wow. But
Yeah,
I think it's
I've
me.
been hit by
if,
multiple
if,
cars, so haha.
How does that
think the
happen?
answer
How does it happen more than
changes-
once? You'd think after the first time you'd know not to get in front of cars.
It's not about me.
One of them had to have been like Geek being like, "I wonder if I could take a hit from a car," and maybe like, "Hey, Wonder, drive back
I
there."
was gonna say Wonder.
Right
Let's see if
there.
I can do
Well,
it.
Hey, Wonder.
so there's
Wonder,
three
Wonder,
if we
get in your
count the
truck.
time. No, so there's 3 if we count the time. This is how I broke my arm. My brother was driving and told me to get the fuck out of the car. So I did while he was driving. And instead of tucking and rolling, I flailed and he ran over my arm.
Ooh,
You have a brother?
why did you?
Yeah.
Why did you get out of the car?
He
You
told
have a
me
brother?
to.
Were you like 6?
I was in elementary school.
Oh, okay. So at
couldn't
least
tell
you
you my
had
age.
the childhood innocence. I thought this was like
Yeah,
you were
no.
17. You were like, "Sir, yes, sir."
Sir, yes, sir.
Geek's older brother manipulated him into diving out of a moving car.
Imagine
Yes,
getting
this
gaslit
did
into
happen.
diving out of a car. We
It did
shouldn't be
happen.
making fun of this.
Um,
This might be a source of trauma.
No, it's fine.
True.
No, it was great.
All right, then
Dude,
you're
no.
That is
stupid.
Having a
to know his
broken
brother.
having a broken arm in elementary school is great. Everyone loves you.
It's true.
I
Like,
wouldn't
yeah, that was a
know.
wonderful time in my
Yeah,
life.
dude. All 3 of his classmates were like, "Geek, you're so cool. Look at your broken arm."
Hey, my class had 18 people in it. Thank you.
Bro had the whole population of Wyoming.
And
He had
then
the entire
dude,
population of
no,
Wyoming
when
finding his cast.
when I was in high school, like, so when Wonder was in his senior year, because he's 2 years ahead of me, so I would have been in my sophomore year. That year was like the biggest our school had ever been for like high school size, and it was like 94 people
Damn.
total.
I graduated with more people than that.
That's insane.
My graduating class was 370 people.
I don't remember how many
Dang,
mine
did
was,
you
but it
guys
was
just
more than
not
that.
like know everyone in
I
your
just-
school kind of well and like where everybody
No.
lived and everything?
I just went
about
to
everybody?
my sister's graduation and it was 4 hours.
Our graduation takes
And-
like an hour.
Yeah, I wish I went to geek school, in and out.
My
In and out
graduation
real quick.
was
But-
slightly insufferable because the girl next to me had a kid, and every time her kid would cry, she'd be like, "That's my whatever the kid's name was," and it was every 5 minutes. Every 5
Why
minutes.
did she keep saying it?
She wasn't even saying it to anyone in general. She was just speaking it into the void. She was also pregnant with her second kid and has since had a third kid.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Oh my
Really
lord!
getting to it out there. All right.
I'm not here to
Um,
speculate on the
wow.
fathers, but I don't think they're all the
So
same
to
man.
answer, to answer the question,
Which is okay.
if
Living La Vida Loca.
Living La
judgment.
Vida Loca.
but-
if it's gaining a yard, it's Miller. If it's successfully completing a lead block, it's me.
Yeah.
Yes.
what is the likelihood that the McDonald tree ends up like the Fangio tree? Everyone's labeling McDonald's defense as the new wave, the same way they did with Fangio. But once it gets figured out, all these defenses either fall off or become average. What does a defensive coaching tree have to do to prevent this from being the case? And is it possible to do that in the modern NFL?
So
Defensive coaching trees don't exist.
yeah,
This
because
is what
We've
we came up
decided
with
this.
last
They're
week.
all bad.
Yeah.
the problem. So it's ironic because this is Patrick's question. I was just on Patrick's podcast and we actually kind of talked about this for a minute. The thing is with coaching trees, no, there will never be. So when you think coaching tree, Shanahan's always the first name that comes to mind, at least for our generation, because there are so many people with that Shanahanian influence, right?
Yeah.
When it comes to offense, you are dictating what is happening on the field. The response of everything is in reaction to your play call. So because of that, it is way easier to install pre-established systems and pre-established plays and, you know, kind of manipulate your personnel and your talent to what you're trying to run. And because of that, it's a lot easier to see that influence, right? Because you watch Mike McDaniel, he does a lot of the stuff that Shanahan does, even though he has his own spin on it. You watch Sean McVay, even though he's very far split from Shanahan, there's still a lot of influence there. You can still see a lot of things. So what's going on with offensive coaches is you're taking that pre-established base of whatever your top of your tree ran and putting your own spin on it. Defensively, because it's all reactionary, you can't do that same type of stuff. Your defense, how good it is, it doesn't matter who you coached under, whose schemes you're pulling from. It's all based on your reactions, your game planning, your in-game management, and your players, your personnel. You have to fit your defense to your personnel. So because of that, it doesn't matter if you worked for Vic Fangio. It doesn't matter if you worked for Mike McDonald. It doesn't matter if you worked for Monty Kiffin, may he rest in peace. It's just about, you know, are your players good? Do you know what your players' strengths are? Can you adapt those strengths on game day? Can you make it fit in certain situations? So the reality of the situation is defensive coaching trees are never going to matter as much as offensive coaching trees. And while I'm not saying there's like no reason to look into them, because if a guy works for a guy like Mike McDonald, there's a reason why Mike McDonald wanted him on his staff, right? They probably have similar philosophies, or he could have
but
picked
when has
up a
that
thing
ever
or two.
worked?
Right. I'm saying I understand why people want to look at it that way, but you're absolutely
Other
right. It
than,
doesn't
I
work.
guess, Brian Flores.
That was my
But-
point, though. You took the words out of my mouth.
Yeah.
I understand why
But
people want to
even
look
then,
at it
like,
that way.
look at him compared to Belichick. They don't run the same defense.
No,
They
completely
don't even run the
different.
same base.
No, completely different. The example provided, Vic Fangio. The two most notable Fangio disciples, Brandon Staley, is fucking horrible at his job. Sean Desai, who has had 3 opportunities now and made a whole lot of nothing out of them. I like Sean Desai as an assistant. He's not a coordinator. And the thing is, too, especially with Fangio, that's Vic's defense. It doesn't matter who his assistants were. None of them are doing anything other than, you know, during practice, they're off teaching the defensive linemen how to do Vic's stuff. On game day, Vic is in charge. No one else has a say. It is Vic's defense. Now, I don't know if...
And that's also normally why those defenses fail eventually. Look at Mike Zimmer.
Right.
You get to the point where you're just so sure that the scheme you created is unbeatable that you stop innovating.
Right.
And that's why offenses beat you. And that's why Zimmer fell off. I wonder if he'll come back now, since he's going to be rocking the Cowboys defense.
Right.
Did he take some time off and like
soul search? Yeah.
Yeah. Did he like figure it out? Oh, why did my defense start to suck so hard?
Yeah.
Maybe it was me all along.
Right. So like you look at what Mike McDonald did, and I'm sure you'll see influences from some of his other guys. Like I think the big carryover is going to be the Kyle Hamilton role, where you have this super crazy safety that does a little bit of everything for you and is like a whole new position, basically. I'm sure with his guys, you'll see some rendition of that. And obviously, when you get down to the more technical stuff, like the jargon and the names of things and just the way things are taught, yeah, that's going to be the same. But like when it comes to game day, when it comes down to what you're seeing on the field from a fan perspective, there's really not any reason to buy into defensive coaching trees. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who you worked under, who you worked with. It matters what you can do in the moment and whether or not you can make your personnel match what you're given and whether or not you can play to your defender's strengths while doing that. And that is entirely on you. You can be taught everything you want, but at the end of the day, that is something you have to figure out and you have to kind of become comfortable with on a play-to-play, down-to-down basis.
Hmm.
Sorry, I know I kind of took that
Yeah.
over, but
No, I mean, I agree.
Yep.
All right, sweet. Basketball.
ooh,
Can Paul George be the piece to push the 76ers past the Stonewall they always hit in the playoffs, or will their inability to win big games always continue? It's not about him.
it is not.
It does not matter. What matters is that number 21 stays healthy and does his job. What matters is that the other role players do their job, because Paul George, Tyrese Maxey, and Joel Embiid healthy is a fantastic fantastic big three. Paul George played well in the playoffs this year. He played well this season, had one of the better seasons of his career this year. Overall, he's a great addition, but it does not depend on him.
I think it
This is true.
does to a point.
Yeah,
Like everything
I
else,
guess.
like the role players play well, Embiid stays healthy. The two
And is good.
options are you have
So,
Toby or you have Paul George.
Right.
Which one gives you the better chance to win? It's PG.
George.
Like PG is
Yes.
the difference here. Yeah, you need all of that other stuff, but you always needed all that other stuff. The question is PG the missing piece if everything stays together? And I think so. If they had Paul George
Yeah.
back during the 2019 Raptors run, they probably win that finals.
I mean, they should have won that series anyway, even with
But Kawhi's stupid for the 12 games a year he's healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like they've been so close with guys who are either at or a little bit below PG's level. Like Jimmy Butler is fantastic, but I don't know if he's peak, if he was ever as good as Paul George's peak.
I think yes, but not in the same way.
Not in the same way, yeah. And Jimmy Butler,
Paul
I
George
mean,
is just a
again,
scorer. He's bucket.
Mm-hmm.
like
I
a
was
lot
gonna
of it has been health, but a lot of it has just been luck. Like the Sixers were completely healthy. They were ready to go into Toronto and beat them. Jimmy Butler was cooking, just about sent it to overtime. Should have sent it to overtime. Kawhi did his thing. They would have had to go play the Bucks. Who knows what would have happened there? Obviously, the Raptors were able to beat the Bucks, but who knows what would have happened with the Sixers? But they were healthy. They finally, for once, they just got as unlucky as they possibly could have gotten with one of the craziest shots of all time. So they've been close. So I don't know. I think that this is good for them for sure.
Yeah, I think the big thing with Paul George, the point I made last week, he's the universal constant on this team. You're always going to get the same thing out of Paul George no matter what. You're going to get a good scorer, you're going to get a solid defender, and you're going to get a guy who can make plays. Right? So that is what this team has really needed, is somebody that's just consistent. Tyrese Maxey's on the come up. I'm sure he can be that. But when you have Joel Embiid who cannot stay healthy, it is so important that you just have somebody that you can lean on every now and again. And with Paul George, when everybody's healthy, he's the third option on this team. That's awesome. So now you really only need Paul George in those moments where Embiid's not on the court, Embiid's hurt, Embiid fouled out, whatever. And it takes so much pressure off of him. And then too, not to get into a whole tangent about the Sixers, but I love the way their roster's being built right now. You have Andre Drummond as the perfect backup to Joel Embiid, probably the best backup big in the sport. You had Jared McCain to get yourself some shooting. I don't know if he'll start, but as much as I hate Duke, I am excited to see what he's going to do with the Sixers. And I am rooting like hell for that kid because of the way the internet treats him over, he's getting the Caleb Williams treatment where he is unapologetically himself and the internet hates him for it. Kelly Oubre is, if I'm not mistaken, still a pretty decent role player. They just brought in Caleb Barton, who we'll have to see because, when you leave Miami, those role players, it's kind of hard to tell how good they are versus how much it is Eric Spoelstra just elevating them because of how amazing of a coach he is. So the 76ers are a team I'm really excited to watch this year. And I think adding Paul George, I agree with Geek 100%, is, I don't know if I want to say the missing piece to make them the favorites or anything like that, but I do think it takes a major step in the right direction for them. And I think the Sixers are going to be a very, very respectable ball team this year because of it.
Yeah, this is good basketball discourse, boys. I'm just gonna ask the last basketball question just to get ourselves off the basketball train. What is your opinion on Miller Football's new favorite team, the Spurs' draft?
I love it.
Good. Stephon Castle's
Really
going to be good.
weird.
Chris Paul is a good guy to mentor him to be a good point guard in the league. Eventually, Stephon Castle will run their offense when Chris Paul is no more on the Spurs. Love it. Him and Wemby are going to be fun. Castle will play in some capacity, probably just play with the two. Going to be a good team. Harrison Ingram's a good pick. Rob Dillingham would have been a good pick, but then they just traded him for a couple middle schoolers, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, that's why I think it's weird. The 2 players they got were great.
3.
I don't remember the
Juan
third.
Harrison Ingram,
Nunez.
Stephon Castle, and Juan Nunez. Yes,
My
I don't know
Spanish
much
goat.
about him.
I don't know anything about him.
Rob
So
Dillingham would have been interesting for sure.
but it's just one of those things. It's not even that I think the idea of trading him or that pick is bad. You just traded him for realistically nothing. Like thinking about the timing, you traded him for 2 like bottom 5 picks in 5 years.
I get because like they would have. I don't know because like I figured they were going to trade Dillingham when they took him because like that would have been 2 point guards in the top 10 of the draft. They took 2 of them. There's no shot they were keeping both.
They could have Timberwolvesed it with
So
Floyd.
They could but they already had Chris Paul. So like,
plus they had Trey Jones. So like, because Trey Jones
too. Like,
what year 2?
Really,
going into year 2?
Yeah, he's completely fine.
Yeah.
Which
so
is
I'm not even sure. They should have just taken somebody else. Like,
honestly,
and not traded them for a couple of middle schoolers.
What pick was that?
9 or 10.
9.
Where did the Bulls
it might have been 8.
Yeah. 14.
I wish they would have taken the kid the Bulls took. The Matas kid. I know, ironic, but like
very.
No, I was watching a little bit of him because I got curious, and I like his game a decent bit, but I'm very happy with what the Spurs did in the draft. I'll let you guys finish.
I personally love the Dillingham move because I'm biased.
Yeah.
I like it when Miller's team helps my team. It's great.
Yeah. Now
Dillingham's going to be a good addition for the Timberwolves. Sadly,
he's gonna replace Mike Conley slowly. We got one more year of Mike, but he'll be the perfect Conley replacement.
They should have just jumped the Grizzlies and taken Edie and just had a demon paint. Just had Edie and Wemby on the court at the same time just to see what would happen.
That would have been fun.
Yeah. Now
ridiculous but fun.
I really like what the Spurs did this year. Obviously, being a UNC fan, adding Harrison Ingram's awesome. Because not only is he a player that I'm a huge fan of immediately, but he gives you just kind of a do-it-all forward. He was a really solid defender at UNC, really good shooter. He's got like, I know that championship pedigree, it might be a little bit of an overrated thing, but you do have like a certain, for lack of a better word, aura to you when you've been in that situation, when you know the stakes. That's something that a young Spurs team can absolutely benefit from. And considering Chris Paul is our main veteran, it's not like he's bringing that with him. And then you look at
championship pedigree.
Well, I guess he's been as close to a championship as Harrison Ingram has, because Harrison Ingram was on the team that lost 2 years ago. Chris Paul lost in the finals to Milwaukee.
I thought you meant by championship pedigree that he had won one. And that's why
he
I was
confused.
In
NBA or tournament championship.
Yeah, I did know that.
Yeah. But either way, he made a deep run. He knows what it's like to be in those high pressure situations. It's a very valuable thing for a young player. And again, the shooting off the bench, solid defense, solid rebounding. He's just a really solid all around player. And then you look at Stephon Castle. I know we're talking about him taking over for Chris Paul. I think the more exciting thing with his game is the defensive upside, which is something the Spurs will definitely need in the backcourt. Obviously, Trey Mann is more of the playmaker type, so I think long term they're looking for Jesus Christ, who is Trey Mann?
He's another point guard. I think he plays for the Clippers.
Okay. See, what's going on is I'm projecting because I don't want to accept that there is a Duke Blue Devil on my team. That's what this is. My brain's blocking out Trey Jones from existence.
Trey Mann is on the Hornets now.
Okay.
Oh, even worse.
So Trey Mann is a person that does exist.
And was on the Thunder before that.
Okay.
Oh,
And-
Terrence Mann is the Clippers guy. My
Yeah.
bad.
Okay.
My
He
bad.
was drafted by the Thunder out of Florida.
Bama.
Yeah.
Damn it.
But anyways,
Nice try though.
I think their plan is more for Trey Jones to be that long-term playmaker, and then I think you want Stephon Castle to be, your 3 and D 2 guard alongside him, and then you bring in Nunez, who I'm with you guys. I don't know a whole lot about him, but I'm looking at a what's the word I'm looking for here? A draft guide, and it's saying that Nunez is a very good playmaker. So never hurts to have more playmaking, especially when your team is going to be ran through a 7'3" center. So
Could have just kept Dillingham.
well. Sure, but oh well. But yeah, I'm really, really, really happy with what
Oh
they
yeah,
did.
the Spurs draft was great. Other than
Yeah.
the Dillingham move's just bad.
Yeah.
Should have taken another guy. Should have
Yeah.
just taken another guy at another position.
Either way, all
Or
that being
gotten
said,
a real return.
sure.
Yeah.
But all that being said, I will be purchasing a Harrison Ingram jersey. I think that or
Same.
Harrison Barnes will be my first Spurs jersey.
There it is. Okay. Besides Caleb Williams, what rookie quarterback do you think has the best chance to be an immediate impact player?
Bohemian Knicks.
Bohemian Gerald Knicks.
Yeah, because Jaden Daniels doo-doo ass water. And Drake probably won't play.
Drake May won't
AJ probably
play.
won't
JJ
play.
McCarthy won't play. Not
Penix
long enough, at
probably
least.
won't.
Penix will not
Unless
play.
it's the first.
Barring
I
a
stand by
Cousins
it could be the
injury,
first
but-
couple weeks, just if Cousins isn't fully ready yet.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
well,
but he
if
sucks.
that happens, then my take of the Panthers could win that division becomes so much higher because they will not win a
Yeah.
game with Penix starting.
This is an immediate. Yeah, I was gonna say this is an immediate impact, and even if he plays, he's going to be doo doo. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's Bo Nix.
Yeah.
Keep it with the Bears. If the Bears make the playoffs, how deep could they go?
I think they can at least steal a game.
Divisional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Divisional. They could be the Packers of this year, where they run into they come in as like the 7th seed and kind of are underrated, and then all of a sudden they're out there scoring 40 points in a playoff game.
We
and
say
They
they're
could
that-
do
wild
that to
card.
Dallas too.
And they could do it to Dallas again. Dallas could have it happen again. Yeah, I could see the Bears winning a playoff game for sure. They could win a 3-6 game too.
It's
They can win a weak division opponent.
I'm just saying it's going to be
the
cinema
Bears-
when the Bears and Spurs both win their respective championships this year.
Yeah, if the Bears are the 5 seed and they play like whoever like the weakest division winner will be, would probably be like Carolina or the NFC South, whoever they will.
I was going to say
probably
I'm
win
very
that game.
confident that the Bears could beat any NFC South
Yeah.
team in a playoff game.
Like if the Packers,
Nah,
like
'cause
say the
Baker
Packers
Mayfield-
and Bears,
Yeah.
say the Packers and Bears week 18 is for the division, and the Packers win, and the Bears snag the 5 seed and have to play like Carolina or Tampa, they're winning that game, right? So like
Tampa or Chicago going to Carolina to play Bryce Young would be insane.
then
TV.
beating him in the playoffs would be
Oh.
just the discourse would be
Dude,
unstoppable,
Ryan
dude.
Poles. I mean, I don't think there would be a more disrespectful individual to another disrespectful or I don't think an individual will have been more disrespected by another individual than the Panthers front office will have been disrespected by Ryan Poles. Because he
Yeah,
bent them
Ryan
over
if,
Poles-
backwards
if
in
that
that
happens,
trade.
and well, I don't know. Did you? If you're both in the playoffs and they won the division, is it really?
Yeah.
I think you're both pretty happy with how that
Especially,
turned
well,
Yeah,
if they
but
won the
like,
division,
you're just
if they won the
pretending.
division
Sure.
at
And
8,
it's
if they
so
won the
much better
division
for
at
you.
8 and 9,
I mean, it would be because
then-
you get quarterback, potential star right tackle, potential star corner, top 10 wide receiver, and extra draft picks that we haven't used yet. On top of having a franchise quarterback that would be better than Bryce Young. So yes, I do think the Bears will have bent them over
and-
backwards in that situation.
And not to mention the fact
Wait,
that
wait,
the Bears
wait.
would
No,
win that
aren't you the
playoff
one that
game.
argues when it comes to trades? You're not
Okay,
when it
so
comes
even
to trades
better,
for draft picks.
even
You're not
better, in
arguing
the
about
moment,
the player.
The Bears got 2 first-round picks, a borderline top 10 wide receiver, and 3 second-round picks for the first overall pick. That's pretty fucking good
Yeah.
value in the moment. So either way, I'm right, you're wrong. That was me dunking on you.
Maybe- Oh,
I don't even think Bro can
Ah.
make a layup, but
I
sure.
can make a layup. I sure as fuck could not dunk though. There's a video of me somewhere during high school. One of my friends dropped their hoop down to like 10 feet and I dunked on him because he stood still and let me.
They dropped it down to 10 feet. That's just incorrect.
What was it at? 12 feet?
No, it wouldn't have been. It would have been like 8 feet. No.
There you go.
I don't know.
There you go. Woo!
I don't know. Either way, the point is there is a video of me dunking out there. It was a 2-hand slam. Looked like Shaq. Almost broke the backboard. It was bad. I got yelled at.
Yeah, because an NBA rim is 10 feet. I lowered it to NBA height and I could dunk.
Yeah. They got
I was
nothing
I
on
was
me.
playing it. I was playing at Space Jam height,
Yeah,
and I moved down to the NBA
Yeah.
height.
See, what you guys don't know is I was the little orange guy in the Monstars. I think that was the leader, the little fat one.
I don't know, man.
I just remember the purple
Dark
one
Horse
being the
playoff
scrawny one.
contenders.
Dark Horse
Dark Horse playoff
contenders.
contenders. The Colts of Dark Horse?
I think everyone
what are
thinks
we-
the Colts are a
No,
dark horse.
sorry. It's the Cardinals. It's the Cardinals.
I'm gonna be
Unironically,
biased.
The playoffs. It's the
I'm
Cardinals.
gonna be biased and just say the Vikings.
Cringe.
Not Dark Horse.
I mean,
Not Dark
since
Horse. They got a good
literally
roster.
everyone I see expects them to go for 4 wins for some reason. The entire
Dark
internet
horse, though.
thinks the Vikings roster sucks because
I
they
decided
have
that
Sam
they're not a
Darnold.
Dark Horse, though. But I decided that they're not a Dark Horse.
Why can't
So
they
I
be
don't
a
you
feel
light
like you
horse?
get
Why do they have to be evil?
They're,
Purple's a
you got a problem with
darker
them being a
color.
Dark Horse, Miller?
No, there's nothing wrong
You got a
with
problem
being
with
a
them being a
dark
dark
horse, but
horse?
we got dark magic and light magic. Why can't there be a light horse candidate?
I think that's just
Light
like
Horse
cheap.
candidate is the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Then what's like
Oh.
the
but yeah.
dim horse candidate?
The Steelers.
Steelers, Packers.
But-
Bears.
No,
then.
based off the way I've
Uh,
seen the internet talk about it, I definitely just think Minnesota is a dark horse
yeah,
because
Colts,
the
Cardinals,
rest of the internet
Vikings,
thinks they're bad. So
Panthers. Probably
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, Panthers and,
Raiders.
and Cardinals would be my two. Raiders are not making the fucking playoffs.
damn, no
And
Vikings
that's
love for
why
Miller.
they're a dark
I mean, I can
horse.
see it. It's just I can't say it because if the Vikings make it, the Bears probably don't make it. So
No, we'll let one of us is winning the division, the other makes it, and the Packers, the defense falls apart.
I really hate to say it. I think the Packers are going to win the NFC North.
Yeah, I do too. I'm just wait.
Yeah.
Who is the Packers defensive coordinator right now?
A guy from some northern college.
Okay, it's not.
Halfway.
Okay.
Where did
Well,
where's he
he
from?
could just be awful.
Where's Halfley from?
Boston College.
Boston College. I knew it was some college up in that area.
He plays a good. He runs a good system for our defense. I'm optimistic.
I'm just saying, what if he just
Also-
Joe Barry's it?
Also, not this is completely off topic, but I found it really funny that Miller said that the sim is going to be tomorrow, and then they immediately simmed to week 15.
It's fine. One person played their game. It's the middle of July. CFB 25 comes out on Monday. Nobody cares.
I know it's funny. Did I get the win? What
The
happened?
Madden League's gonna be dead next week, anyways. It dies.
What?
Dude.
All
What?
right, mad at the commissioners. Sorry.
Why?
I got the loss.
Oh.
So
Blame Nicole.
You
She's
fair
like
assumed in your
biased.
team.
it's Nicole's fault. Okay. Where were we?
Don't you dare blame
Oh.
Torchivus.
This is a comment from an unknown person because him and I are beefing.
Oh, okay.
Oof.
Oh, sick. Feel sick even saying it. Miller, you can't say the 49ers. Do the Eagles come on top of the NFC? No, because the 49ers.
Hold
I'm
on,
not Miller.
Hold on. What do the 49ers have to do with that statement?
Absolutely nothing.
Because the
He
question,
Do the Eagles
thinks
come-
you'd predict the 49ers. so.
but no,
You
we're- I'm
cannot
picking
make the
up-
correct
I am
prediction.
picking apart this question because he was rude to Jake. Okay, well, I have beef because Jake has beef.
That's
all right.
fair.
I ride or die for my boy. So listen,
The
Stand
North
down,
rides
business.
together,
So
except
the-
for when they
the-
bully Geek.
so the question is, can
We
the
ride
Eagles
together
come
when we
out
do
on
that.
top
Just
in
me
the
and
NFC?
Miller.
Why are the 49ers a part of this question? Because the 49ers,
They're not, because he's dumb.
Because the question is not who will win the NFC. It is, will the
It's
Eagles
true.
win? The answer is no.
Yeah.
They will not. I don't even know if
Because
the
the
Eagles will
Niners
win their
will.
division. There is a world where
You
Dallas
can't say
wins
the
it.
49ers.
I
Yes,
don't
you
think
can.
Dallas can win the division.
I think there is a
Their
world
O-line
where
and defense both got way worse. And
yeah, well,
their running game got worse.
good quarterback and Hunter Lipke.
They don't like Hunter Lipke, though.
I'm going to hit you with a tire iron.
Don't blame me. Blame Mike McCarthy.
I'm going to hit Jerry Jones with a tire iron. Never mind, that
All
would be
right.
He doesn't
homicide.
need that.
Hit
doesn't
Mike
need that.
McCarthy.
No, it would just
It'll be
bounce
fine.
off and hit me.
And this question also from unnamed person, because screw him. Geek, how do you feel about your Vikings this year realistically? How do you feel about your QB situation, and what do you expect from JJ McCarthy this season? And how do you expect your defense to
Bro
perform?
gave him 4 questions.
Okay,
Give us a full roster breakdown of the Minnesota Vikings in under 5 minutes.
I was going to say, I'm just going to hit him with the quick pitch. JJ McCarthy, going to do absolutely nothing. I don't think he sees a snap.
You think JJ's a bust?
No, I don't.
Kidding.
I just, there's no need for him to see a snap, so we don't need him to see
take
a
notes
snap.
so we can use this later. Thanks, JJ's a bust. All right, move on.
No, that's not, I didn't say that. Of course,
Continue.
leave it to the 2 people not smart enough to beat me in an argument to just make shit up.
I literally just dunked on you like 15 minutes ago.
You didn't, though.
I literally
He did the motion and
I
everything.
did the motion.
He did the motion and everything.
Yeah, that means you dunked on yourself. You made yourself look like an idiot on the internet.
I have more motion than you.
I don't know if that's true. But okay. I forgot half of the question. Realistically, what do I think the Vikings are going to do? They'll be fine. Realistically, they.
Where did you get that picture from?
Twitter.
It's Twitter profile
just my
picture.
fucking profile picture.
Oh, okay. I thought you just took that.
Wrong shirt.
Oh.
You. But I think they'll be fine. I don't think they're. Bro's gonna take.
What's the record prediction? What's the record prediction?
So I could see them. I don't think there's a world where the Vikings are bad.
What's the
they were competitive with Nick Mullins. I think this is like a 7-9 like floor.
Doesn't make any sense.
Why?
That's not nearly enough football games. Well, it is. 7-9 is
7 and 10
games.
Sorry,
7 and 10. Okay.
Yeah, the Vikings are going to skip one.
Maybe.
It's
happened before.
There's like one game where the Vikings are like, we feel like the stadium's going to collapse again, so we will not play this.
And the other team is like, okay.
We have a strange feeling that the stadium will collapse.
Guys,
again.
I had a Kevin O'Connell's going to come in the room. Guys, I Final Destination. I saw it happen in a vision.
That's not good. I'm sorry. I am really bad at remembering. I miss the old numbers. I'm just used to saying the old numbers. I'm sorry.
7 and 10 is the floor, and what's the ceiling?
The ceiling, I think they could win 11 games. Their schedule's really tough, though, so I don't know if I would predict that. I just think Brian Flores and this defense are going to be awesome.
I was going to say,
I think
you have to address the defense part of the question.
We didn't mention this, but, you know, rest in peace to Kyrie Jackson.
It's very sad. Very sad.
Yeah. But I think the defense is the defense was really good last year. I think our corners improved. I think overall our edge rushers improved, though we don't have the top end edge rusher in Daniil like we did last year. I think the rotation is way better now with Ginkel, Grenard, Dallas Turner, Patrick Jones still. Maybe Andre Carter. Some Slender Man action in there.
Hell yeah.
But Flores with the players we have now, I think the defense improves from what was already really good last year. So I don't think the defense is going to cost us games. The O-line, I think, is going to be better as a whole just because we are starting off from a better position. We're not waiting till the middle of the year to add Reisner and letting it be bad.
Did you guys bring back
It'll-
Reisner?
Yep.
Okay. I thought so, but I wanted to make sure.
And apparently Ed Ingram's not being guaranteed a starting job. Neither is Reisner technically, but we know Reisner will win one of them.
Yeah.
It's more, will Blake Brandel start over Ed Ingram? And I don't hate that idea. So realistically, the only thing that is a question is, can Sam Darnold be better than end of year Nick Mullins? And I think so, because all he has to do is not throw on average 4 interceptions a game. Cut it down to 2, and we're a hard team to beat. We were a hard team to beat with Nick Mullins. Like,
yeah,
fair. I don't. There's no world where you can tell me Sam Darnold is a downgrade over Nick Mullins. There's no world where he's a downgrade. Miller's really trying to come up with one, but there's just not. So I don't.
Maybe the
I don't
world in
expect us
which
to be
interceptions equal free touchdowns.
Well, yeah, if that happened, Nick Mullins is the GOAT. Well,
Therefore-
Nathan Peterman, but it might be
Therefore, I
close.
win.
Who's the? Wait, hold on.
Oh God,
Who is the GOAT?
never mind. I don't want to imagine this world because Brett Favre would be the greatest quarterback of all time.
Mm-hmm.
He's weirdly high up there, anyways, which is awful.
Yeah.
Yeah. On a per throw basis, it would be the GOAT would be Nathan Peterman.
Yeah.
On a per
Yup.
throw basis.
Yup.
And Eli would be one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Like, actually, and not in the weird way. No.
2 rings, baby.
Don't care.
Against the GOAT.
True. Therefore, better than Brady. Also, he was in the Arch Manning CFB 25 reveal. How many other quarterbacks
True.
can say they were in that?
Peyton.
We get it. Archie's a Nepo, baby. It's okay.
He is.
He's an 87, dude.
I don't think, is that real?
That's ridiculous.
Like, is that
Oh,
confirmed
it's
to
real.
be
He's an
real or is it a
87.
troll?
Yep. No, he's an 87.
Is
I believe
Quinn
it's real.
Ewers a
I believe that wasn't
95 then?
He's like a 92.
Quinn Ewers is like a 92.
Shador is
Yeah,
the
he's
highest
up there.
overall quarterback, which is utterly fucking ridiculous.
I don't know enough about college football to know
All
whether
I
that's
know is
bad or not.
Shador sucks.
That's just
Yeah, he's an
awful.
87. EA announced it themselves.
I'll
He
put
is
it
an
this way.
87
Maybe he
overall.
doesn't
He's not
suck,
putting
but he's
snaps in college
overrated on a
football.
bad football team.
Why? Because his name is Sanders?
That is why he's overrated, yes. That's why people overrate him.
Colorado's not a
if
bad
you just-
football team.
Yeah, and
They're not,
if you-
they're not a bad football team.
looking at his stats and
They're
watching him
a-
play, he's not
They won
bad.
4 games last year.
They're not bad, though. Their offensive line just stunk.
Okay,
And their defense
let me
stunk.
rephrase.
They have
Okay, allow me
one
to
of the best
rephrase
players
then.
in the country.
I know,
not
I
the
know, I
best.
know Travis Hunter's incredible. I'm aware of that.
No, it's not much Shador.
He gets it.
Okay. Is Shador the best quarterback in the country, though?
I mean,
Quinn Ewers kind of
he
stinks.
has an
so
argument.
maybe.
Quinn doesn't play.
When he
like,
does,
ever.
he's not like fantastic.
Yeah, he tried to lose to Wyoming last year.
Actually, he's not the best in the
He
country.
was helping out the needy.
Jalen Milroe might.
I don't know if Milroe.
Jackson
Like,
Dart
it's
could
the
be.
thing. There's an actual argument for Shador, and
Sad.
anybody who says there's
Definitely
not
is, yeah.
means they don't know ball.
Yeah.
Very sad.
You're just hating
Unnamed,
because
unnamed,
Sanders.
unnamed person.
I'm hating
also hates Shador
because of his
Sanders.
stupid ass Super Bowl quote. I hate how
Get a
Yeah.
Super Bowl quote.
Yeah, he said that Colorado
We're
is
having one
everybody's
Super-
Super Bowl. I hate that. You won 4
I
games
mean-
last year. Sit the fuck down.
Okay, but did you not listen to every team that played them, making it the biggest game of the year?
Yeah, because they
Yeah,
ran
It's
their
more
everybody
mouths.
important
hated
that we
them.
win this game than we win any other game ever.
because they sat and ran their mouths and they wanted to humble him. And guess what? 8 teams humbled him.
No, teams did that before Shador made that quote.
No, but before that, they were still cocky as shit. They have Dion. Dion is one of the cockiest people of all time.
Right. Dude, I am not gonna sit
Listen,
here and
I'm not
pretend
saying-
that the guy with Caleb Williams as his quarterback can't like cocky players.
I'm not saying no. I'm not saying you can't like cocky
It's only bad
players.
because it's Shedeur.
It's bad because it's undeserved.
I mean, the USC was bad last year.
Okay.
Straight up atrocious.
Caleb wasn't saying we're everybody's Super Bowl. Caleb wasn't out here
He
running
probably was. He just didn't say it on an Instagram live for everybody.
Rephrase it. Caleb was smart enough to not say it publicly. That means something to me.
I think being cocky is being cocky. And
Being cocky is fine, but you got to be able to back it up.
And look at the way he played. He backed it up.
They won 4 ball games.
Now you're so quarterback wins are a thing.
No, it would be different if he said I'm the best in the nation. If he was talking about him, totally different. He's talking about the team. Completely different. You are putting words in my mouth with that. Completely different argument.
No.
Did I say Shedeur came out and said I'm the best quarterback in the nation and I was upset by that? Or did I say Shedeur was talking shit about his team and his team did not back it up?
Well, you said he didn't back it up. Those were your exact words. Though he backed it up.
Okay, the team didn't back it up. Colorado
That's
didn't back it up.
That's not Shedeur's fault.
Okay, doesn't mean I should have to be okay with him saying that the team was good when they weren't.
Yeah,
if Shedeur
can't
came
wait
out
for the day a quarterback comes out and shit talks their own team. Name one quarterback ever.
Okay,
who would.
Different between shit talking your own team and just not being arrogant. He could have just said, everybody wants to play us. They would have been right. But to say we're everybody's Super Bowl, a little too much.
So because of phrasing, you're mad about it? Both the things you just said mean the exact same thing.
Are you not Mr. Semantics? Are you really going to pull that card?
But I'm using semantics. You're saying the same words.
Okay. But it's semantics. You, with all due respect, you were the last person to be able to call somebody on semantics.
No, I'm the first person who can. I argue semantics all the time.
Right.
That's why I get to.
So you get to be a hypocrite.
This isn't being a hypocrite.
Okay. This is a bad argument anyways. I don't even feel that passionately about it.
Right. You literally said you haven't even watched him play enough to know, but you're sitting here acting like he's the worst quarterback to ever live.
I don't care about Shedeur. I just don't like that he's talking shit about a team that wasn't good. Anyways, what's the next question? I want to move off of this. I'm done with this. This was a nothing argument.
Please don't fight. I don't like it when you
Give us
fight.
a happy question we can agree on.
There's not any.
Oh, this one's going. You guys are going to yell at each other about this one too. What's you guys' favorites? It's about uniforms.
Oh.
What's you guys' favorite and least favorite Eagles jersey? Favorite Kelly green, least favorite whatever the yellow one is.
Yeah.
I mean, the Kelly greens objectively, yeah. My least favorite's their white.
Really?
I have a weird soft spot for that blue and yellow abomination.
See, honestly, I would say their regular green is worse than the white because
you know what? That's fair.
I hate uniforms where the helmet and jersey don't match.
Yeah,
but they're trying to.
That's fair. That's fair. I can get behind that. I can get behind that. I
when
agree.
The Vikings used to do that really dark purple helmet with the lighter purple jersey, it didn't offend me as bad because you weren't trying. But you're trying to match those colors and it's off and it pisses me off.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, favorite Kelly green, least favorite yellow for me.
I agree though. As much as I do miss the Brian Westbrook, Donovan McNabb teams and that, I remember them in that jersey for some reason. So
yeah. I do want to say real quick, I don't have anything actually against Shedeur Sanders. I just thought he was being a little too cocky for my taste. That was all I was trying to get across. I don't want to establish myself as a Shedeur Sanders hater and then him go off.
There is somebody listening to this podcast right now who is adamantly against Shedeur Sanders and comes at him no matter what.
Who is
and again,
that?
they will be unnamed because we have beef.
Oh, Hammy?
Bozo.
Fuck it, Shedeur for Heisman. Shedeur for Heisman. I am Shedeur Sanders' biggest fan.
we
Let's
go.
go, Shador Sanders.
There we go. Yeah.
Let's go,
Everybody,
Shador.
let's push the door.
Colorado
Let's push
undefeated. Colorado national
anti-Hammy
champs.
narratives are thriving. All right.
Let's go, Shador Sanders.
Okay. Sticking with Philly. What's their record this year?
Like
Record
11
prediction
and
for
6.
Philly. Yeah, 12-5.
What were they last
11-6 -ish.
year? Actually, give me that. What were they last year?
10-7, I think.
Then yeah, like 11 and 6, 12 and 5. I think they're a
Yeah, I
better
think they'll be
football team
better.
than
They
were last year.
were 11-6. Sorry, 11-6.
Yeah, 11. I still
Yeah.
think 11, 6, 12, and 5.
I think 11-6 is the.
I
yeah.
think Saquon can at least give them an extra game.
Yeah. Speaking of Saquon,
Their
that's the
ceiling's
next
much
question.
higher because they're Philly. I think the biggest question
Yeah.
is their right guard and center duo, how they
Probably,
work
yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, speaking of the guy who'll be rushing behind those two, will Saquon break 1,000 yards?
If he stays healthy, yeah.
Yeah, he definitely will. If he's a healthy boy, he will break 1,000 yards.
Absolutely. I'm gonna say something, and I hate to say it because he is my boy now. But if DeAndre Swift can get 1,000 yards on that team, then Saquon
Yes.
can surely do it.
Yes.
As long as he stays healthy.
Right. Precisely.
And our final question of the episode. What will the Bears' record be? And will they, at some point this year, beat the Green Bay Packers?
They are absolutely going to beat the Packers at least once. Fully confident in that.
I agree.
And I think
believe
they're
that
going to
last
finish
year,
like
too.
a cool 10-7, 9-8.
They'll be 10-7. Yes. And they will beat the Packers, probably the first time around.
It'll be the second time around for the division.
I was gonna say
I
a
don't
week
think they
one
can
win
leave
for
for
the
the
Bears. I don't
division.
know.
No, we played the Titans.
Yeah,
I feel like if there was, I thought you
Play the
played
Titans
for
week
the
one.
first time in like 16
They
years,
always
we don't
do.
play the
Yeah,
Packers week one. We play
always
the
do.
Titans.
No,
I don't know when
it's
the first time they
20
play the Packers is.
I'm just saying, like every other
One year it
we,
was Vikings Packers first.
yeah, every other year it feels like we play the Packers week one. This year we
2017 maybe because it was Sam Bradford.
maybe. All I know is Caleb Williams is going to spend his first career game dicing up Jamal Adams because apparently people think he can still play football.
I mean, if they use
Dude,
him
the-
at linebacker, he absolutely can.
Mm,
That was
I don't
close.
think so.
That was close.
Not really.
I don't think anyone thought Geek meant anything by that, but no, I don't even think at linebacker
Oh.
Jamal Adams is doing anything. Pretty out on Jamal Adams
No.
at this stage in his career.
Yeah. Also, the Packers and Bears don't see each other for the first time until week 10.
That's crazy.
Oh, then yeah, the Bears could get him first time.
I think it'll be the
I was
second
just
time.
thinking,
in the
like,
division.
I don't know. The Titans' defense is weird, and
Have
I don't
no
know.
faith in that
Caleb's first
defense.
game is either going to be awesome or
It's
I
gonna be
don't know.
awesome.
They have a lot of. I feel like the Titans added a lot of pieces. Am I on drugs?
They did not. Other than Jamal
They
Adams
have
and L'Jarius
3
Sneed.
players on their defense I think are worth respecting. And
That
Simmons,
feels
Sneed.
Sneed,
extra
McCreary, and
disrespectful.
Jeffrey Simmons. Jeffrey Simmons.
Jeffrey.
Jesus.
Lord above. Here he goes again.
But even then, I don't respect Jeffrey Simmons because he made fun of Caleb's
McCreary,
nails.
Sneed. Yeah, I guess. Harold Landry's aight. Sebastian Joseph Day, aight.
Sebastian Joseph Day has fallen off of a cliff, unfortunately.
Yeah.
What you know about Kenneth Murray?
He's not good at football. He's
Lord
horrid.
above. Let's not talk. Can we now talk about the Titans defense, dude?
I just want to say
this is
Harold
sad.
Landry. Harold
This is
Landry is
depressing.
okay as a second edge, but as your guy,
Yeah.
uh-uh.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
Also,
He's not their guy. Their guy is Arden Key.
anyways,
above.
moving off of that,
Arden Key is a starter for an NFL team.
we're gonna
in the
end
year of
the
our
show
Lord
with
2024.
We're gonna end the show with quick ball. This is exciting.
Oh,
Movie or TV show?
no,
Neither.
video
Wow.
game?
no,
What
Board
other
game?
things
Like
exist?
a game
Is
that
it
you
a
would play in
dice
real
again?
life?
A game you would play in real life, yeah.
Is it a dice again?
No,
Is it a sport?
no.
What other
Is
things
it
do you
like
know?
is it a game that you have played since you have turned 18?
Yes.
Is it a game that you would play indoors?
I mean, typically,
Primarily
yeah.
indoors.
Yeah. I suppose you could play it outdoors if you're feeling frisky, but
Is
Ooh,
it?
you got to feel frisky though. Okay.
It's not related to darts.
no, it's not related to
Is it
darts.
darts. Okay. So it's not a sport.
It is not a sport, no.
Does it require any sort of athletic ability?
In a way, kind of.
Require
Kind of.
Twister?
Not from you, but athletics are involved.
Is it something from what?
Geeks, the gears are turning. Because he knows Hold on, Geek knows what it's from, but he's trying to figure out what it is.
I'm not getting nothing. I'm so
has
lost.
this have we spoken the name of this game on this podcast that you can remember?
Yes. Many
How
times.
recently?
As this episode.
Okay. What? Is it D&D?
It is related to D&D, yes.
Oh, but it's not a dice?
It's not a dice.
Is it a mini?
Is it
Oh,
like
is
a
it like you got a
figurine of
Dino
some kind?
mini?
Yeah.
You bitch.
It's a little Dino. I
Nice.
don't know. Can you see that really well? It's a miniature of the character I play in 2 different campaigns.
Nice.
Well, Turtle Bard Man.
With
I
a
guess
little
we'll end
hammer.
the show with
Yeah.
a little bit of hockey.
Talk
Ew.
about my
Miller.
my Kraken. How's it cracking?
No,
with
no,
the
no,
Kraken?
no, Miller. I'm
Oh.
gonna ask you the same question I asked you last week, and I'm gonna hope you
Okay.
remember the answer. Who won the Stanley Cup Finals this year? And
Oh
who'd they beat?
shit!
I asked him this question last week. I told him the answer. Let's see if he can remember either of the teams who played.
They're both
And who
like
won?
American based, right?
Nope.
No.
Or either of them
One of them's
American-based?
Canadian.
One of them is.
One of them's Canadian.
What was it? The Oilers?
Was the Oilers who played? Yes.
Okay, that's what Edmonton.
Edmonton. Yes. So
Good
they did
work.
not win. So who won?
That was it was like Houston, right?
Houston.
I don't know. Does Houston have a hockey team?
The winner of the stand. No, they do not. Dallas does. Of course.
Hold on. Let me get another guess then.
Ho ho ho.
Is it a Southern team?
Yeah.
So it's not as far south as Texas.
They are pretty equal, I would say.
Maybe farther.
Maybe farther. It is farther south than Texas.
Was it
Yeah.
fucking Florida? The Panthers?
Florida Panthers. Yeah. Way to go, Miller.
Who won the
And also,
playoff MVP?
Miller, the Kraken made the playoffs this year.
I actually do know this. Fuck, he's the
Do
guy that
you?
you guys were
Does
like.
he remember?
Is it Connor McDavid?
It's Connor McDavid.
Yeah, because you guys were like he might be
and
better
Miller-
than Gretzky, and I was like, huh?
Yeah.
Because I literally only
Miller,
know Gretzky.
to answer your question, the Kraken made the playoffs this year and project to be quite good next year. So
Let's go.
look at that.
All my
Ooh, the
squad's
Minnesota
on the come
Wild
up.
were mid, and they're gonna be
The
mid again.
Minnesota Wild.
Mid again. Yeah.
I don't love their
all right,
colors.
well-
Their logo's sick though.
I believe that is our show, boys.
Let's
yes.
go. The new Eminem album's out.
Oh,
Perfect
Death of Slim
timing.
Shady.
That is all we've got for you guys today. We hope you guys enjoyed this mailbag episode that you could have enjoyed a week earlier, but you're enjoying it now because everything's good with the recording. Miller is recording. We are done. And
Oh, no,
yeah,
guys,
please
I
be
haven't
sure to
had
do
the
whatever you
audio
can to
on
help
this whole
grow
time.
the. Oh my, shut up.
I would
Please be sure to do
honestly
whatever
just
you
say
can
it's
to
time
help
to
grow
retire
the
up north.
podcast. Yeah. Give us a rate and review on Spotify. Leave a comment on YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube. We do all the good stuff. We're putting out trivia videos sometimes, so go check those out.
I need to get
too,
back
if you
to
haven't
that. I
already.
kinda. Well, it'll probably wait until after the subathon because
When's that?
I'm not gonna be able
yeah.
to record them. So the end of the month.
Oh, okay.
Soon, yeah.
So I'll probably just
But,
restart like in September sometime.
But yeah, we have a bunch of daily trivia videos already out. So if you want to go rewatch those and feel nostalgic, go ahead and do that. We will see you guys next week.
Bye.